6 of you have remarkably made it to the end game of this season. You are so close to the $500 prize. As you wade yourselves through these last few rounds of gameplay, inching closer and closer towards the final Tribal Council, take solace in knowing that there is no correct way to win the game of Survivor. If you are all about playing hard and making big moves, then I urge you to continue to do so. If you are only about staying the course and leading the pack, then there is no shame in doing that. But what is important, one thing that you should never forget, is where you were when you first arrived on day one and how far you have come to get here. Nobody can ever take that away from you. And as you reflect on this, never forsake the foundations of this game. It's the core of what makes this competition the game that it is. It's the beating heart behind every blindside, every vote out, every immunity challenge win, and every idol find. Pursue your golden age. You have what it takes. It's golden.
Congrats, guys.
Let's go. Fucking did it.
Yeah. Day 6.
I think I've learned a lot about myself. First of all, how little food I can go off of, because coming out here and eating 2-3 crackers a day and a piece of jerky, oh man. I've also learned that I'm a lot harder on myself in my everyday. I feel like I'm a lot more capable of things that I didn't think I was capable of before, coming out here with people that are, I think the youngest person here is 23 to the oldest, which is Will, and he's 39, and being 17, being in high school and coming out here, I'm not even done high school yet, and these people have already, like, some of them have kids.
I'm just trying to make this more comfy because I cannot sleep under a branch again. Yeah. Now that I'm actually here tonight, I care about it.
To come out here and make, especially the final 6, which I consider the finale, I'm getting there, and I'm impressing myself because I'm very hard on myself, and knowing that I can do something like this, especially in these kind of conditions where we have a tarp to sleep on and tree branches to sleep on, like I'm pretty amazed with myself.
You have something at the Island of the Ages, all 6 of you.
Welcome to the Island of the Ages. Here the progression of time grinds to a halt and the eon stands still. As this season dives into its final moments, so will the Island of the Ages soon fade away into obscurity. This will be the last visit to the island, and all 6 of you are going to partake in the final bidding war of the season. Best of luck, and may the annals of history look favorably upon your actions. Is that an option? No.
Alright, so everyone go in front of a piece of paper. One person read out loud what it says.
Welcome to the final Survivor BC bidding war. In front of you is a hidden immunity idol that can only be played at the final 5 Tribal Council. You and the opposing players will secretly wager with the following disadvantages below. Each disadvantage is given a point value. Whoever bids the most points will win this hidden immunity idol to use at the final 5, but at the drawback of also having all of the disadvantages that they bid for. Okay, cool.
To me, it's not worth the advantages. So I don't want to take any.
I was thinking I don't want a few people to have this, so I might as well take it so that they can't have it. And those 2 people are Brayden and Andrew. I think they're the 2 most threatening players as it comes to challenges, and if they had that in the final 5 and they won and they went to the final 4, that would really reduce my chances of winning this game. So I voted pretty high.
Alright. Brandon, congratulations. You've won the final 5 hidden immunity idol that can only be played at the final 5 Tribal Council. However, you also partook in a bunch of disadvantages.
Yes.
At this upcoming Tribal Council, if an immunity idol is played on you, it will not count.
Yep.
At this upcoming Tribal Council, if you are tied for the highest number of votes, you are automatically voted out. The upcoming Tribal Council, if you have to draw rocks, you must draw 2. At this upcoming immunity challenge, you are not allowed to compete. After this upcoming immunity challenge, you must go straight to the Island of the Ages and rejoin your tribe at Tribal Council. At the final immunity challenge, if you make it there, you will receive a disadvantage. You also have negated 3 votes for this idol. That means this idol, if you play at the final 5, will only nullify 1 vote. Additionally, after this upcoming individual immunity challenge, you must go directly to Tribal Council and cast your vote. So what's going to happen, you're going to go straight to Tribal Council, cast your vote, then go back to Idle One of the Ages. You will also, at Tribal Council, I will reveal your vote first for everyone to see, and then everyone else will vote.
And it'll be after the immunity challenge, obviously, so I know who has immunity.
That's right.
Gotcha.
Here you go.
Okay, perfect. Honestly, I just think it's better off of some people, so that's why I took these disadvantages. So I'm quite happy. I'm happy with this outcome. This is what I wanted. So I win this time.
So things are going to get awkward here pretty quick.
Yeah.
We all have to start turning on each other. Those two guys have already proposed the final three with me because I know that they are going to go to final three immunity. They're going to beat me, obviously. Yeah. They know that.
And they want to go DN against each other.
We can push the Brandon narrative so easily because of that final five.
Since we've decided, yeah, this is what we're sticking with, us three. Final three. Yeah, for sure.
Is this good? Us four?
Yeah.
We do this?
Yeah.
And then whoever doesn't win immunity, others two we go after.
Yeah.
I want to get both Andrew and Braden out back to back if I can. It's going to be hard. They're apparently all the threats left. Andrew I actually think is the least out of them, but Braden is the last big threat, so is Jamie, but I just want Braden to win it all the way through to the end.
This is the best shot for any of us because
He can't beat them in challenge.
If neither of them do it, can we do Andrew then Braden? Or do you want Braden because he's more of a risk?
I don't know.
if we can do Braden first. And you know what? People, when we boot up Braden, people are going to be upset, but at least they're going to be upset at the two people at the end equally.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Are you okay?
Yeah. Okay. We're good though?
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, guys.
Braden, I need the immunity necklace back. Whew. All right, immunity is back up for grabs. This challenge is called Golden Stepping Stones. Here's how this challenge will work. At your station, you have 2 poster boards and 2 containers of gold paint. On go, get the gold paint and cover one side of each poster board with gold paint. And then you will traverse this field with only those poster boards. If you fall or you touch the grass, you have to start spinning. Once you get to your corresponding mat, grab one letter, then traverse back, again using the stepping stones. It's a 2-word phrase. First person to grab all 10 letters and then correctly unscramble to form the correct two-word phrase. Raise your hand. If it's correct, you win immunity. Brandon, you receive a disadvantage. You cannot compete in this immunity challenge. You can sit to the side. All right. Survivors ready? Go!
A little bit more on the edges.
That white spot right over there.
Is this good?
Yeah, just good.
Upside down?
Braden's good.
Actually, I think it's the other way around. Gold down.
Gold has to be up. Gold is up. Touch the ground, you have to start at the beginning. Right, let's go. Alright, go on your stepping stones. right, Will has all his letters. Brandon has all his letters. Jessica has her letters. All right. Keep rallying. Everyone has all of their letters. Letters. Our destiny is correct. Brayden wins immunity.
Oh, that's ridiculous. I lost my eye. I didn't realize.
Yeah, my Y was down here.
Yeah.
Congrats, final 6, and congrats, Brayden. Congratulations, Brayden is safe at the Final 6 Tribal Council, which will be in an hour. Head back to camp.
So this round kind of sucks. Brandon being in this game makes people too sketch about our relationship as we get into the end game where we would be literally 2/5 of the vote. I did throw this one though, because we got to the point where we got to the puzzles and I saw it because I was sounding it out and I didn't want Brayden to go this round. So I was sounding out and I was like, Jess, oh my god, I found it. But then Jess was right beside me, so I didn't want to say it too loud. So I just started putting like letters in other spots. Because I'm like, well, Brayden needs this. I don't want him to go home right now. I need Brayden to go into a round where he loses immunity and it's very clear that it's him and there's no idols, because I think he has the idol, he just hasn't told anyone. So it wasn't even worth getting him out this round if he loses immunity, because he would have just done that. They expire this round, so why the fuck not? Like, I don't know. It's a bit of like jury management stuff. He can make it one more round. He won't win 3 more immunities. And if he does, please delete this footage.
I'm just gonna talk to Brayden and talk to him about the red idol and be like, hey man, can you pass it to me? Because I'm really worried about my place in this game right now. And see if he hands it to me, then I wouldn't believe that there's 2 idols in the final 6. Like, there's no way, right?
Well,
has that ever happened? I mean, I haven't watched that much Survivor.
yeah, it has.
Oh, really? Okay. Wow.
People don't need them.
Yeah.
And I mean, Brayden hasn't needed it if he did find it on day 1.
To be honest, I think I'm in a lot of trouble with this tribal. Like, I think the
Brandon, put your name down.
Yeah, for sure. Like Jamie, like over there with Jesse, he literally said, I mean, yeah, he was like, the vote was gonna come at me. Like, so, I mean, that's what I was thinking.
It's gotta be you. I'm gonna give you one though. I think I might just hold on to both of them and pull them out at tribal like Jamie did in the Jamie moment.
Yeah, I mean,
nothing to lose.
He's not gonna vote out Brandon. It's between you and me, I think.
It's between you two,
Yeah,
obviously.
it's between
He's
us
probably
two.
gonna he was probably gonna tell Will it's between you and Brandon.
Yeah, it's 100% between you.
Because he wants to pin you guys against each other, so you vote for each other.
Because he's trying to break us up, and he's gonna try and break us up as well. So
we got to keep this plan between us until after this vote, and then we can talk to Brandon. Brandon told Brayden before the challenge, I have to go vote before, like I leave you guys, and I'm voting for you. And then Brayden won, so he's probably gonna be voting for Andrew. That little sneaky son of a bitch has the red tribe idol.
Who?
He found it day 1.
Who?
Brayden.
Okay.
So he's playing that tonight for Andrew.
Yeah.
So we can't do anything
can't
like
do
that. We have to vote Jamie.
I wanna vote Andrew.
He's playing the idol on Andrew. Because
We're so fucked, do we? We have to. One of us needs to win a damn challenge.
but even for the next one, like listen, so for the next one,
Okay.
when it's 5 of us, whether it's Brayden or Andrew that wins immunity, we vote the other one out, there's no idols left.
Okay.
And then we're good.
Okay.
I think the idol he's like, oh, I have to catch the idol. Pretty sure that's a fake. Pretty sure. Because I'm pretty sure that was the one that Jamie gave Brayden.
No, because I have the fake one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, maybe, I don't know if you can tell from the colors.
Oh, that's the fake one, huh? Oh, this is the fake one.
That's in the note that you got
yeah.
today.
Okay, okay.
So what we were thinking then is doing a 2-2-2.
Yeah.
A 2-2-2 is really safe though, because like if you and me vote for Brandon, those two said they would vote for Jamie, and then that's assuming Jamie and Brandon's vote is either on you or on me.
Yeah.
And so when we
So
just divvy the
Jamie and
names,
Brandon.
when we divvy the names, it's you and me doing Brandon.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good.
He told me that he thinks Brandon's going to use the final 5 idol on him. So he wants to keep Brandon until next round.
Right. Yeah. He basically strong armed Jamie and say, us as we decided we're going with
Brandon.
We're going
so then
Brandon.
Yeah. So we strong arm him. Like we say, dude, like I'm really sorry, but like it's Brandon. Like I know you guys are allied, but Brandon is the one that needs to go.
So you guys gonna go for me?
Nice. That's been a day and a half. That's a dub.
Brayden,
That's the win.
do not do this to me.
I don't want to do this to you. I want to play
You can make your own fucking decisions. You know that we're not gonna be in the final 2. You know that. None of them are. I'm the only one who fucking know at this point. So don't be stupid.
I believe you.
All right, come on in, guys. Let's bring in Brandon, returning from Island of the Ages.
Welcome back.
Hello. Yeah. How was the stay? Let's also bring in the members of our jury. Stevie, Taylor, and Jenny voted off at the last tribal council. All right. So, Jessica, tell me, when Jenny got voted off, what was your reaction?
I was upset. I just like walked around and all the guys huddled together, and then yeah, it was just, you know, didn't go to plan for me. So yeah, it's never good to be on the wrong side.
Brayden, how about you? What were your thoughts on Jenny being voted off the last tribal?
It was really, really upsetting. It was something that I did not want to have to do. But unfortunately, when you're hearing multiple things, and sometimes, especially with the advantage being played, sometimes you can't make everybody happy, and sometimes you can't save people. So it was upsetting, but to advance in the game, sometimes you got to do things that upset you.
How about you, Andrew? Same question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think at this point, you know, I harbor no ill will against anybody that, you know, has been on the wrong side of votes or been voted off at this point. I think it's, you know, super important, even at this point of the game, like, we all got to play for ourselves, you know? It's like, we've done all we can up to this point to get here, and now this is, like, where we really have to start playing, yeah.
Brandon, same question. Thoughts on Jenny being voted off?
Yeah, I after that vote happened, that was definitely upsetting. I told Jamie today that I actually voted for him, and I told Jess the same thing, and that was due to a promise that I made to Jenny, and so I knew that I wouldn't be able to save her anyways, in light of what Brayden said, but I did stay true to Jenny on that vote.
All right, Jamie, what are your thoughts on, Brandon admitting last tribal?
He made the vote knowing that I was safe anyways. So it is what it is. You know, people make decisions. Like, obviously, it's not nice to hear that you got votes from people you didn't expect to get them from. And, you know, everyone who voted for me kind of told me that they did. You can't hold ill will towards those people. Like, we're so close to the end game and things are changing literally every second.
Brandon, you cannot participate in the challenge because of the Island of the Ages, the final visit. Can you just explain what happened at the Island of the Ages for everyone here?
Yeah, not a lot. I just kind of was isolated from the rest of camp, so I wasn't able to take part of any of the discussions prior to this tribal council. I also had to vote before going to the Island of Ages, so my vote is in there. I know I took a risk when I betted for that idol, but my hope was that it would help push me through the 5th round. So hopefully it's a gamble that pays off, but we're gonna find out.
Will, what are your thoughts on what Brandon did at the Island of the Ages?
It was a ballsy move. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to weigh the risk reward. There's a lot of things in there that could really screw up your game. A lot of different factors, and you can have 3 or 4 different plans for what you want to do for the next stage. And I feel like even just 1 or 2 of those disadvantages can ruin all of those plans. So I didn't put too much into it. I didn't want to risk anything.
We're so close to the end game, and disadvantages could definitely hurt you. Andrew, what are your thoughts on Brandon and what he did at the Island of the Ages?
Yeah, no, it was funny. We all kind of talked together as a tribe, and we all kind of compared like how many points we got. Some people had around like 10, 12. I put down about 9. I wasn't willing to put too much, and then Brandon was like, I'll wager like super high amount, like 20 points. I was like, man, that's a high risk, high reward bet. Like, but yeah, it's gonna pay off. Yeah.
All right, so Jessica, after the immunity challenge, Brayden wins immunity. Can you just walk us through what happened when you guys went back to camp?
We stood at the water for a long time cleaning off, and everyone kind of broke off, and I guess it's definitely weird when like one person is like missing and you can't like talk to one person when like doing like you just don't have someone there, so it's definitely a different dynamic than before. So yeah.
Jamie, can you just talk about what's going through your mind for this tribal council? Is there a lot of paranoia? Are you more okay, this is tribal council that you can get through?
I wouldn't say there's a lot of paranoia. Like, I think I've been through the worst of it last round. I think the relationships I've built have carried me this far, and I hope that they'll continue to carry me. And I hope at this point what's going forward is just how do you keep positioning yourself to get to the end in the best position you can to win the game.
Right. Will, on a scale of 1 to 10, how safe do you feel at this tribal council?
2. This is the first tribal. I think that my game could finally be at an end.
Right. How about you, Brayden? You're already safe, but in terms of what you want to see happen at this tribal, how confident are you?
I'm feeling pretty confident about tonight. The one big thing you don't want to happen is for it to be you. You know what I mean? So having this definitely helps that a lot, especially hearing it was going to be a 5-1 for me today if I didn't win this challenge. So knowing that, it feels especially good. Now with the rest of the people sitting in front of me here, I'm feeling confident about what I think is going to happen. But again, it's Survivor and you never really know. We're just going to have to wait and see.
All right, does anyone have anything to say before we get to Brandon's disadvantage and the votes?
Yeah.
And the Quantman Idol.
You got it.
Mysterious. Will.
Idol apocalypse, here we go.
Brayden, just walk us through what just happened.
So Will's got his idol that he found, and then I've got also this idol here and the original Quantland idol. With my safety, I wanted to ensure that other people were safe as well, and feeling confident in what you want to happen is a lot better with a couple of these. So it's the last time you can use them, so thought why not pull a Jamie.
Anyone want to say anything before we get to the vote? Jessica, Will.
Yeah, thanks.
Are you guys ready to vote?
I guess so. Yeah.
All right. Brandon, you received a disadvantage. I will reveal your vote first. First vote, Andrew. 1 vote, Andrew. Now it is time to vote. Everyone else except for Brandon can vote. Jamie, grab this voting urn. You're up.
I'm glad I live rent-free in their minds. Holy fuck, pulling a Jamie? Might as well just check again, you never know. Well, I guess I really do have to rely on my relationships with people this time. No powers for me, but apparently for everyone else. So, I came to play a game to win for myself. You're fucking with it last round. And I made a good call telling Braden because clearly he had the idol. And I think he's just trying to force my hand into you. He didn't know I was already going to do it, so Braden just really pissed me off with this. But I'm still going to be here at the end of this tribal.
This is the end, my only friend, the end.
Second, third time's the charm? I don't know which one it is.
I'll be fine with you going too.
I'll go tally the votes. If anyone has a hidden immunity idol and you would like to play it, now is the last time that you can do so.
Who's going first? So I've been holding on to this since like the first hour of the game. Can't use it on me, so it's for Andrew tonight.
The rules of Survivor states that if a player plays their hidden immunity idol, all votes cast against that player do not count, and the person with the second highest number of votes is voted out. This is in fact a hidden immunity idol. All votes cast against Andrew do not count. I'll read the votes. This vote for Andrew that was already revealed does not count. Second vote, Jamie, 1 vote Jamie. Third vote, Brandon, 1 vote Jamie, 1 vote Brandon. Fourth vote, Brandon, 2 votes Brandon, 1 vote Jamie. Eleventh person voted out of Survivor BC, the Golden Age, and the 4th member of the jury is Brandon. Brandon, can bring me your torch.
It's been wild.
Brandon, the tribe has spoken.
Let's go. Come on.
Happy to go.
I'm party with
Good.
us.
You're doing that.
Hey, buddy.
You guys have made it to the final 5. Congrats. Guys, we head to the field. See you later.
You know, it's a tough game, and this wasn't something that was unexpected tonight for me. I figured I was taking a risk, and now Braden has really put himself in a position of power by the looks of things. So, really cool play to see him pulling out that idol trick at the tribal council, and there's really no hard feelings. I loved everyone I was playing with in that final 6. So, you know, may the best survivor win, and it's been an amazing time.
I think there was a real idol. Yeah. I actually don't believe it. That's insane. Yeah.
You let me rip tree stumps out of the ground?
So it's the funniest fucking thing. You were searching right behind me in that stump. I turn around to the live feed and I go, it's in my pocket.
I hate you.
So good. Oh my god. I just thought it was
I literally, like, I'm fat. You had me running for the woods. I don't run for nothing. I don't even run for food. All that for what we were doing anyway.
I couldn't say anything when people found out you had an idol. It was like, Jamie. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah. It's all good.
Yeah. That was my little secret.
It's all good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, that honestly made the most sense for my game. Like next round,
Yeah.
I'm not winning immunity, and you guys clearly don't want us both in the game together.
Yep.
So it's fine.
Yeah.
Like I literally was doing that before trial anyways.
Yep.
So
Made the most sense. Sorry if I scared you.
no, it's just like annoying that you like didn't trust me and you had to force me to like play my hand the way it was.
I get you. And we can talk about it.
Yeah.
Like,
And I'm sorry I couldn't tell you more, but like yeah, I was
Well,
like,
like, no,
yeah,
it's-
I
it's-
told you like yeah.
it is what it is, but like when I told you guys that's what I was doing, and then you guys decided to do it in a way that like tries to make me look dumb, that's just frustrating.
Yeah.
It's just the
You
way
didn't
you
want me
guys
in the
did it. You
game.
didn't have to make me look dumb. I literally told you right before lockdown I was doing it.
I didn't know if I believed it or not. That was the only thing.
Well, it's just frustrating.
I get it.
Like-
No, I completely get it. I
like-
just wanted to make sure.
I've literally never lied to you in this game, and you're
I
making
know.
me feel like an idiot.
I apologize.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'm gonna get water.
Okay. You want to do the first ever Survivor BC joint confession?
Sure.
Okay, so I'm gonna be like, yo, Raven, what's going on? What's up? Yeah. But by the way, I heard like something crazy. Like, apparently you masterminded the plan to like get my biggest enemy in the game out while like maintaining a perfect alliance of 4 into the 5th round.
No way. You fucking kidding me? Who did that?
I think that was you.
No way. And they trusted it?
Yeah.
That's holy shit.
So something like that.
Something like that.
But that's crazy, dude. That's insane.
That's it. I feel good now.
Yeah.
Like I feel good. Now we're in 5, and I think
So so everybody voted for Brandon
everybody voted for Brandon.
instead of except for
Jess.
Jess was the only vote for
I
Dan.
think she's upset.
Yeah, probably.
Well, we just said we were gonna split the vote, and then I changed mine to Brandon. You know,
Yeah.
I thought it was best for you and I moving forward.
Well, you know that now that we've done this, like Jamie's coming after us like incredibly hard. Yeah.
I would assume
Which is
so.
cool. Yeah.
I would assume so.
I think we're gonna have to play like a huge social game.
There's
Like
there's wiggle
because
room.
it's either it might either be one of us, but yeah, like let's be honest, they're coming after this guy in the next. Okay, this is the good start of the confessional. They're
This is
coming
why I
after
need
this
this.
guy in the next vote. Like there's no doubt. Yeah.
I either win this or I go.
Thank God there aren't going to be 2 people that have immunity though. Because if Brandon stayed, that'd be 2 people that have immunity, probably, and we'd have to decide. It would be a super hard vote.
That's why I changed
Yeah.
my vote. I didn't want Jamie to be the one that ended up going, so I changed my vote because I wanted it to be Brandon, so that there's 4 possibilities then.
Yeah.
Especially if I lose, there's the incentive of Jamie can't make it farther.
Yeah.
Jamie wants to talk to you guys.
Yeah. I think we need to. I think
Is
we
there
need to
any
smooth
bad
shit
blood?
over.
He does think you made him look stupid with like the spectacle of everything that went on. So that's what he's ticked off.
I get it. I'm gonna talk to him and smooth it over and tell him my story. So
The thing is, yeah, we kind of always told him that Brandon was the vote.
yeah,
Right?
we did tell him.
So if anything, it was Jess that was left out. Yeah. I mean,
is Jess
yeah.
upset?
No, not at anybody. Just the fact that it's
Not Jamie.
Yeah.
that she wanted Jamie.
Sorry for the fireworks, but
No, that's totally fine. Yeah.
I just need you guys to have my back, obviously, because I voted out a lot of people who, you know,
yeah,
like Friday. I honestly am either, I don't know.
yeah. I know. We've had to make a lot of hard decisions.
I've had an extremely rough game,
I know.
and it's just like
Yeah.
it sucks a lot. I don't have any tears left to cry. But like he was really fooling around my life last round, and it was acted so nonchalant about just throwing my name out because he was so sure that you and Andrew were doing it. I'm like, Brandon, this experience means too much for me for you to go do fucking a meme vote.
Yeah.
Like,
That's like inappropriate.
it's disrespectful.
Yeah, it's disrespectful. Like that shouldn't be something that he does to you. Even if like especially because you're like real life friends. Like that especially because this means so much to you, you know what I mean? You've been talking about how much this means to you and how much proving to your friends that you can come out here and do this shit. Like you've been talking about that since like the first hour that we were here. And like I see that and I see how much what he did hurt you.
It does.
And that's why I figured you'd be okay with doing this round because that's not okay.
It's just like, even in real life, my friends can like hurt my feelings and I'll still not want to do shit back to them.
Right. But you felt like it felt like he was kicking you while you were down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I literally packed my bags last
You
round.
packed
I
your
was like-
bags and he still voted for you after telling you that he was gonna keep you.
It seems like he had a harder time voting out Taylor than me. Like,
Yeah, it was a bigger, yeah, exactly. Like it makes you question where the loyalty really is and if he's using you or not because of that relationship. You know what I mean? So I think this is a good move for your game as much as it sucks. And having somebody that you know previously in this game is like it's awesome. You know what I mean? Having somebody that you can trust like that. But I would hope that shattered the trust because it should.
it's been for a while.
That shows that you
Heading
cannot
that
trust.
direction. Like, I think ever since around like a couple votes back, it was starting to head that way.
Mm-hmm.
All right, come on in, guys. All right, Final Five, welcome to your next immunity challenge. It's going to be trivia, and the trivia will be about the tree mail that you received at the beginning of each day representing a different age. I hope your memory is good. It's going to be multiple choice. All you have to do is just show me the letter that you think is the correct answer. There will be 14 questions altogether. After all those questions, the person with the highest score wins immunity. If we have a tie, we'll go to a tiebreaker. All right, Brayden, I need a immunity necklace back. All right, it's multiple choice. First question. According to the very first tree mail you received from Jira, how long has humanity been around? Was it A, 10,000 years, B, 20,000 years, C, 100,000 years, or D, 200,000 years? All right, reveal on 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, so Jamie said 200,000 years D, Jessica said A, Will said D, Brayden said D, Andrew said A. The correct answer was D. Brayden, Will, and Jamie get a point. Next question. According to the very first tree mail you received, the message was as follows. This season, take a step back in time as we visit the various ages of human history, from the very beginning when our ancient ancestors dwelt within rocks and caves, to what? Was it A, all the way to now where our world is as connected as ever, and you can contact someone from the other side of the world with a click of a button? B, all the way to now where information is always a mouse click away, and you can reach the other end of the world in seconds? C, all the way to now where we spend the majority of our time staring at technology, sharing our lives with the public, and living vicariously through social media influencers? Or D, all the way to now where progress and the freedom of expression dominate the zeitgeist? All right, reveal on 3. 1, 2, 3. Jamie said B, Jessica said A, Will said B, Brayden said B, Andrew said B. The correct answer is B. That means Jamie, Will, Brayden, and Andrew get a point. On the tree mail introducing the Stone Age, what were the 3 examples given that describe what our ancient ancestors did during this time? I'll say that question again. On the tree mail introducing the Stone Age, what were the 3 examples given that describe what our ancient ancestors did during this time? All right, reveal on 3. 1, 2, 3. Jamie said A, Jessica said C, Will said A, Brayden said A, Andrew said D. The correct answer was A. That means Brayden, Will, and Jamie get a point. Question 4. On the tree mail introducing the Iron Age, which of the following ancient kingdoms were not explicitly named on the tree mail? A, Egypt, B, Babylon, C, Medo-Persia, or D, Greece? Jamie said D, Jessica said B, Will said C, Brayden said C, Andrew said C. The correct answer was C. That means Will, Brayden, and Andrew get a point. Question 5. Jamie said C, 2000 BC. Jess said A, Will said B, Brayden said C, Andrew said C. The correct answer was C. That means Jamie, Brayden, Andrew get a point. Alright, question number 6. On the tree mail introducing the Iron Age, a slew of events were described in order to compare this age to an ordinary game of Survivor? 1, 2, 3. All right, Jamie said C, Jess said D, Will said C, Braden said D, Andrew said A. The correct answer was D. That means Braden and Jess get a point. All right, next question. Question 7. Jamie said A, Jess said B, Will said C, Braden said B, Andrew said D. The correct answer was A, hither. That means Jamie gets a point. According to the tree mail introducing the Middle Age, the people of the time period bent their knee to what and what? Was it A, the church and the state, B, the king and religion, C, the king and the queen, or D, the king and their own superstitions? Jamie said A, Jess said B, Will said A, Braden said B, Andrew said B. The correct answer was D. No one got it correct. How long did the Enlightened Age last? Was it A, from the 14th century to the 18th century, B, from the 14th century to the 19th century, C, from the 15th century to the 19th century, or D, from the 16th century to the 19th century? Jamie said A, Jess said D, Will said C, Braden said D, Andrew said A. The correct answer was C. Will gets a point. Question 10, reveal on 3. 1, 2, 3. Jamie said A, Jess said D, Will said A, Braden said A, Andrew said B. The correct answer was B. Andrew gets a point. Alright, question number 11. According to the tree mail introducing the atomic age, which of the following was not explicitly used as a characteristic of this age? Was it A, space travel existing, B, the entirety of the Earth being mapped out, C, the Second World War, or D, information swiftly being shared? 1, 2, 3. Jamie said C, Jess said B, Will said D, Braden said B, Andrew said C. The correct answer was C. That means Jamie and Andrew get a point. Question 12. According to the tree mail introducing the atomic age, what was given as a possible example that could portray humanity's next step in their evolution? Was it A, living on other planets, B, teleportation stations, C, finding the cure for cancer, or D, harnessing the power of the sun? 1, 2, 3. Jamie said D, Jess said D, Will said A, Braden said A, Andrew said A. The correct answer was A. That means Will, Braden, and Andrew get a point. Second to last question. According to the tree mail introducing the atomic age, what was not listed as one of the essentials of the game of Survivor? Was it A, strategize, B, socialize, C, endure, or D, adapt? All right, reveal on 3. 1, 2, 3. Jamie said C, Jess said C, Will said C, Braden said C, Andrew said C. The correct answer is C. All right, good job. Last question. According to the tree mail introducing the Golden Age, what constituted the Golden Age of humanity? Was it A, all of time, B, all of time but also none of it, C, the Golden Age was found not to exist throughout all of humanity, or D, the Golden Age exists in heaven? All right, reveal on 3. 1, 2, 3. Jamie said A, Jess said C, Will said B, Braden said B, Andrew said D. The correct answer was B. Will and Braden get a point. All right, those are all the questions. By a score of 9 points to who was second place, 8 points, Braden wins immunity. Good job, Braden. You're safe at the final 5 tribal council, which will be in 30 minutes. I'll have a timer. And as soon as the 30 minutes is up, lockdown starts. Head off.
So is this what we're gonna do until tribal council?
I don't think so.
No.
It's really hard to get to these points. Jamie has like made this experience for me. He's like one of the best people out here that I met. And I know what's best for my game and for everybody else's game to vote him out, because he's gonna win the game unanimously. Like, we all know that. I've spent every second of every day with that guy, and it's just it breaks my heart that I have to vote him out.
I want to make sure I go into the final 3 with people that like I actually have a chance against, you know. And Jamie, I don't think I have a chance
None
against.
of us do.
Yeah.
It's right on me, but none of us have a chance against Jamie.
Yeah.
It would be dumb.
Yeah.
It would be stupid. Especially because the next challenge probably something to do with puzzles, because we haven't had those in like 3 days. I think we gotta do it.
Well, I'm good with that. I'm really good with that.
Yeah.
And I feel like I look like a loser because I'm crying over Survivor and voting somebody out, and I make fun of the people on TV that do this, but like, it just gets harder when you have to start cutting your friends and the people that have made the experience for you. So it's gonna be between 2 people I really care about, but it's just what it has to be, and I still don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, if he stays again, like, he's gonna win the game, and it's just like, morally I don't want to do that, but I know I have to.
I guess the thing is, yeah, like, do you guys want to just tell Jamie, like, it's him?
I think so.
I think we should.
I think it's the right thing to
I
do.
think so
He's
too.
he's so downtrodden and beaten.
I know.
He's been through the
He's gonna be
worst.
so sad.
Andrew knew that he was on the block as soon as Braden lost because he knows it's not like our plan wasn't super obvious. Oh, 2 buff athletic dudes? Better get rid of them when we're down to the point where we can't even walk across to get water without dying. Like, it's not like our plan was a fucking super secret, so. If I do go, 2 shades of them, it's a great game move because I have a lot of spots at the end. A lot of locked up votes from everyone who's here. It'd be a great game move for them to vote my ass out. But I don't think they will. Andrew wants to.
I know. It'll be me or him.
Yeah, like, obviously it's just a hard decision right now. Like, he's
I know your decision.
bailed me out twice, and
I mean, I feel like, yeah. I just know, like, if you let them touch the end, like, they're in such a good spot, and they're gonna, like, I feel like this
I
is
think
the time.
Braden is. I don't think Andrew is.
Yeah, I know, but, like,
Like, I don't know. I don't really want to do either of you. Why do you think
why do I think?
Andrew has a good shot?
Because he's been playing super well.
Okay.
You think they're gonna be more upset at him? Their friend? Their friend? The returnee that was a huge underdog who had to beat all the newbies, who flipped to us and then got ahead and should have been on the bottom and wasn't on the bottom?
Yeah.
This is kind of the time that I think we need to make our move. And I think, yeah, I'm just saying, yeah, please stick with me and Braden. Like, I really think that we can go, like, all the way, like, final 3. I think that's a good final 3.
Me too.
And then obviously you and me. Like, because,
You have to beat him in the challenge.
yeah.
Like, you beat him in the challenge.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, at this point, I think he wins against anybody. Because after the merge, he was definitely, like, dictating a lot of the game, right?
Because I also found something in my shoe that I need to ask about. Look what I have. I don't know. I mean, if this was in my shoe, so I'm assuming, I mean, I know Brandon gave it to me. I just don't want a situation where, like, he got voted out, put it in, and then I don't have it, sort of thing. But, like, it's there, and I have it. I just don't know when it got there. So I have it. We're gonna say it's real. Like, don't say anything. We checked, and it's good.
You can't
Like,
use it.
I can't, but he can't know that. Because I'm gonna give it to him, because he's gonna vote me. Like, he wants to vote me. He wants me out, but he said he'll do Andrew.
Jamie wants to vote you out?
Yeah, apparently. I gave Jamie my fake idol, and if he votes Andrew out tonight, I honestly think me giving that to him is the reason why. Like, I think he was gonna do me. I think they were gonna vote me. I think giving him that idol confirms that he's voting Andrew out with me and Will, and that's the best I can hope for.
Are you still wanting to do it?
Yes, just because, like, how are we gonna get Brandon out of this game? Like, we have to get the 2 of them out. They're each other's, like, crutch. So let's just do it and get rid of them. Odds of getting to the final 2, like, as long as Braden's in the game, are very low. So
I'll tell you right now, like, I've been putting check marks on my votes.
I know, I've seen them all.
Mine will be Andrew with a check mark.
Okay.
And
I vote you.
if you vote me out tonight, then at least you'll know I was with you.
Yeah.
Jamie wanted it to see it, and he's like, he wanted to feel safe, and it was like kind of like a deal. It's like, I give you an idol, you vote out the person I want out. Good, locked in. I guess we're gonna see. I really have, honestly, that's maybe like, I don't know what they're voting. I just think I have 3 votes on Andrew, and I know. So it'll be the 4th fucking time. I don't know where shit's going, but I don't know. I can't even say I'm confident in shit anymore.
Hey, come on in, guys. Let's bring in the members of our jury. Stevie, Taylor, Jenny, and Brandon voted off at the last tribal council. Okay, so William, tell me, how does it feel making the final 5 of this game?
There's a few moments of relief, I guess, and then you start to remember what's going to be coming next, and that goes away, and the paranoia and the panic and all that starts to set in with everybody. 'Cause nobody knows what's going to happen next. So.
Yeah, very few and far between.
How about you, Andrew? How does it feel making the final 5 of this game? Did you think that you could make it this far?
You know what? I believed in myself, yeah. But I never really figured that I would make it this far in a game like this, you know? Like the toll that this takes on like somebody is it's insane. And like last time I was on the season, I was voted off at 8. Or sorry, not this season, the show. Wow. It's really showing, right? And you know, making it to 5, it's a dream come true, really. Yeah.
All right, Jessica, how about you? You know, come from Ontario, you're playing in Survivor BC. How does it feel making the final 5?
It feels amazing to get this far. I wasn't as confident, mostly because like I'm just anxious, overthinker, introvert coming in. I was like, maybe I wouldn't be given a chance. Maybe people would make assumptions about me. Like maybe people wouldn't get to know me, like as a player, person, whatever. So it feels amazing, especially like flying out here. It just feels like a huge accomplishment to make it this far and be in this position. Yeah, feels really great.
How about you, Jamie, coming from Ontario, playing Survivor BC, making the final 5?
Yeah, like making the final 5, like this has been insane. Like there's been so many high highs and so many low lows, and like this round's been the lowest of the lows. Like, and I'm sure, like, I don't know, it's just really hard because I've had such a journey. There's like people here who are really like killing me right now, so it's whatever, it is what it is. I played hard, I'm getting what's coming to me. So it just sucks because you do a lot for a lot of people in the game and you get nothing back. And so it's been a great game and I had a fun time playing.
Brayden, okay, so you know you won the challenge. Can you just walk me through your mindset coming into the challenge, not sure if you're going to win or not, and then the relief of winning immunity?
I mean, I think just like last time, I think I would have been the one to go this tribal if I didn't have this around my neck. So having it again definitely feels very good. Knowing that it's not going to be my name written down doesn't make it any easier though.
All right, so William, the challenge ends and you guys get to camp, and I give you only 30 minutes. Can you just walk me through when you guys got back to camp? What happened?
Well, there's a bit of awkward standing around for a while. I don't think anybody really wanted to be the first person to walk off with somebody and give off possibly the wrong impression. And then, I don't remember who did it first, somebody did, and then from there on in, that's all we were doing for the last half hour. We were all over the place.
William, can you tell me why you think your tribe-mates should keep you this final 5 tribal council?
I mean, as far as all these guys go that are still here, I've been pretty respectful with everybody. I've played along with them. I've played along with these 3 guys the entire game, just since I mutinied over back to Kwantlen. I mean, I've been upfront and honest with these guys this entire time. Maybe they think that's a bad thing for the end game, I don't know, but hopefully they remember that when they think about who's really been playing with them.
How about you, Andrew? You know, why should your tribe mates keep you for this tribal?
Yeah. You know, Jara, I've been saying this in a lot of, you know, a lot of things, especially tribal councils. Like the connections that I've made here, like with the people sitting down here, it almost feels like you have to like vote off members of your family, and it's actually like soul crushing to think about like what's gonna happen in the next even like couple of hours. And I mean the reason I want to stay is I just think I have a lot to offer, like to the people that I've been loyal to this whole time. Like pretty much everybody here, we all made it here because like we put our trust in each other, and I respect every single one of you, like wholeheartedly. Yeah.
How about you, Jamie? Why should your tribe mates keep you for this tribal council?
I think I've made a lot of enemies in the process of trying to keep my friends that I've made here, and some of the people in the tribe seem to think that I'm a big threat in the final two, and I don't believe that's the case. I think, you know, the last few rounds I've had a roller coaster, and I think nothing in the last few rounds has been kind of easy for me, and I've been having to work really hard to sort of scramble and stay, I guess, in a sense. And so to me, it's like that's not the type of game I wanted to come here playing, scrambling to stay. And on top of knowing that I've made a couple enemies, I don't think I'm a big end game threat, but people are seeming to think I am one, and I think they're a little mistaken with that. But the one thing I also wanted to say is that I don't think they should vote me out because of this bad boy. So I'm using it today, obviously, because I want to sit at the final four. I've not made it this far to get here. Some people have told me they're voting for me, and I think that's a big mistake for just the relationship we built. So if there's votes on me tonight, it's gonna be really frustrating. So
you flashed something. Can you just explain what it is?
It's the idol Brandon got from the Island of the Ages for the final five.
Brayden, what are your thoughts on what Jamie just showed?
There was a little bit of talk about it. Some of us had expected or guessed that it would be willed to somebody. It's definitely changes things up in the final five when there's no other idols, and knowing two people is safe makes it just as much harder than before.
How about you, Jessica? What are your thoughts on what everything that has just happened?
Seems like idols are coming out all the time. Obviously stressful when I'm yet to have one. So yeah, it's stressful.
All right. Does anyone have anything else they want to say before we get to the vote? All right. Okay, it is time to vote. Jamie, you're up.
I'm really bad at finding idols, but I'm really good at being given them. I don't think this is going to work. I think it expired, to be perfectly honest, because Brandon was voted out with it. But hopefully it spooks some people, because, you know, they look big, but they get scared easy.
Jamie had to go and just mess things up last second again by showing his idol that doesn't even work. I really do think that it is Uri tonight. Whoever it is, I've had a great game with Andrew.
Luck of the draw.
Can I just not do it?
I don't even know.
I think it might be the first time I vote in the minority.
I'll go tally the votes. Once the votes are read, the decision is final. The person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. If anyone has a hidden immunity idol and you would like to play it, now would be the time to do so.
I'm like 5,000% sure it's expired and it doesn't work, but I'm not gonna just accept it.
The rules of Survivor states that if a player plays their hidden immunity idol, all votes cast against that player do not count, and the person with the second highest number of votes is voted out. This is the idol that Brandon won at the bidding war at the Island of the Ages. However, it only belonged to Brandon. That means this idol has expired and has no use for any player but Brandon. I'll read the votes. First vote. Andrew. 1 vote Andrew. Second vote. Jessica. 1 vote Andrew, 1 vote Jessica. Third vote. Andrew. 2 votes Andrew, 1 vote Jessica. Fourth vote. Jess. 2 votes Andrew, 2 votes Jessica, 1 vote left. The 12th person voted out of Survivor BC, the Golden Age, and the 5th member of the jury is Andrew. Andrew, come bring me your torch.
Good game, guys. Good game.
See ya.
See you guys.
Andrew, Travis book.
I don't have any cool catchphrase, but I just want to say, it was great playing with you guys all. Yeah.
Good game. Good game.
Alright, well, congrats, Final Four. You've made it to the Final Four, and you're all new players. Very impressive. You guys can head back to the field as we wait for Andrew to pick up his stuff. I'll see you later.
Oh, I'm gonna be honest, that shit was insane, okay? And I kept trying to hide my stress. I kept trying to make people think that maybe I wasn't going, but Jamie went over Will, which is totally fine. Like, it sucks, but hey, if that's the play I go off of, Jamie's a really good player. Like, I'm totally okay with losing to him. Like, this season had so many good players on it, and I'm just glad to know that I was on the right side of things for a while, and that one of the boys are gonna win. Honestly, this game, way more fun to play than my first season.
What I'm frustrated about is, like, I feel like this entire game, I just don't even know, like, I just think in this entire game, you've never cared for me at this point.
I care about you so much.
No, as a person, I'm sure you do, but in this game, I feel like it's just not been it.
I was even crying in my confession. I was bawling my eyes out. I could get it together before I came back.
It's like,
I can't even cry right now. I want to.
This entire game, I just feel like everyone's been just like they're gonna, like, if you let me, I'm gone. Like, I'm gone. You know it.
That's what they just said.
Yeah. That's what they want.
I'd be so good with losing to you. That's why I hate you.
I just want to go there. I'm like,
I know you do. So do I. This has so much to do with this.
I'm tired. Like, I feel like this entire game, I've never had a true number one because you've been it, and clearly Taylor was one before me, Jess was one, Andrew was one. Like, I was like number 4 or 5, and it's just like each round I have to come back to trial and have someone who I care about just lie to me or something.
It's hard.
And I don't want to make you upset. Like, the last thing I want to do is like fucking like teenager upset. Like, it's the last thing I want to do, but it's like,
no, it's my own decision.
We all signed up for this game and we know what it is. It's a hard game, but it's like, but
I'm gonna vote with you at the next
like, regardless, I'm doing it too, because even if you're losing, I'm not.
If we tie at 4, we get a fighting chance.
Yeah.
If I win, I'm voting with you, and if you win, I hope you're voting with me.
I will.
I don't want to be singled out. I don't want to be singled out.
I will. I know.
That's
this
my
is your
biggest
nightmare.
fear.
This is your nightmare.
It
You
is.
had to win some immunity just to get here.
If I didn't
it's
win,
just
if I
funny
didn't
that
win any of these, I'd be gone.
Well, I mean, the thing is, I would have. pull one of my shenanigans and everything I can do to keep you. And so that's why it's just so frustrating that it's like...
You know that. That's why I would never write your name down. I was just scared about the dynamic. In real life, I have really bad trust issues. It's not really good.
Like, no, trust me, a lot of my real life fucking issues are bleeding into this game a lot.
I've noticed it, especially today, because it really exhausted.
Yeah, like everything that I'm insecure about in real life is just bleeding into this game a lot. And
voting with you.
we're doing it.
I swear to you,
We're good. We got it. We probably have a tribal in like probably less than an hour and a half. I can't believe it. Like, there's just no amount of explaining how difficult this game is to do from an emotional, physical, everything standpoint. It's like the hardest game on the planet. I thought it'd be so easy to just come here, play this game for a week with strangers, and it's not. It really isn't.
It's a good experience, though.
Yeah.
You learn a lot.
All right, welcome, Final Four contestants, to the Final Four Immunity Challenge. Brayden, I need the immunity necklace back. So will I. All right. Immunity is back up for grabs. In this challenge, you will start off blindfolded. You're going to be assigned a spot on this table. You're blindfolded, you have to put these shapes to their corresponding hole. Once you've finished all 11 of these shapes into their corresponding hole, you'll still be blindfolded. You have to go to these 4 containers. This container will have your merge buff on it. Might be mixing up merge buffs this challenge. This container has a marker. Just grab one marker. There's many markers. They all work. Grab one marker. This container has masking tape. Grab one masking tape. And this container has a poster board. Grab one poster board. You're still blindfolded. As soon as you grab all 4 items, then you can take off your blindfold. Eat an entire balut egg. Once you show me an empty mouth, then you can go and scatter it across this field are voting slips with the names of your fellow competitors. You must grab 21 different voting slips, different pieces of paper. Then go back to where you're starting with your poster board and your masking tape. Order from 1 to 11 the people who visited the Island of the Ages this entire season. Once you've done all of that and it's correct, you flip the poster board and you write down all 7 ages that we visited. Once you have that, you raise your hand, you do that, and it's correct, you win immunity.
Good luck.
This is for immunity. Survivors ready, go! Raise complete. Now we must look for the 4 containers while still blindfolded. Right. Brayden has one of his items. Alright, Brayden has his second item. Brayden has his third item. Right now, this fourth item, he can remove his blindfold. All right. Okay, gotta eat the loot.
Fuck. Can I get rid of the shell?
Yep, you don't have to eat the shell.
Am I done?
Yes, William, you're done. You can look for the four items.
This is so embarrassing. Am I done?
We're done. Go.
Protecting you from the thorns.
Oh my god. Okay, thorns.
Where's the table? I need to reset. Oh. This wasn't like the most important challenge so far. This would be hilarious. Like, for fuck's sakes. Oh!
That's a production bin.
Oh.
That's a production bin.
My God.
So you're obviously in the outbounds here.
Oh my.
Stop. There's a rock.
Stop.
Big rock.
How am I near the jury? What the fuck? Oh.
Clean all that, and that, and then you'll be done.
Just these?
And the yolk on the plate.
That's good?
I can take it off. I got all four.
Okay, good. William, you done?
You're good.
Oh. Oh. Pleasant surprise. Was I already here? Oh no. Wait, that was the one. Can I take these off now?
Yeah,
oh, for thank God.
I got really.
That's not gonna help.
Block it out.
Oh my god! Ew! That sounded so close.
That is the most rancid smell. Fuck it. Do I want to win that bad? Oh, I can see the head! Ew! That's disgusting.
I'm like pasteurizing it in my mouth. So swallow it easier.
Oh, this is disgusting.
Yeah.
Driver, can you check?
Incorrect.
Gyro, sorry for making you run so much.
Incorrect. Right there, right there. Okay, you're good. You're good.
Oh my god.
If you grab more than 21, the other players can grab the ones that you are not using. That's not taped to your board.
Again, sorry.
Incorrect.
I'm so sorry to do this to you.
Incorrect.
Okay, one more.
Incorrect.
And last one.
Incorrect.
Oh, that's not even it.
Incorrect. 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 Incorrect.
Incorrect. Incorrect. Incorrect. Incorrect. Correct! Whoa!
Yes, I don't even know what it is. Yes.
Write down the seven ages on the other side of the bulletin board. There's your marker that you found. Where's that marker? Incorrect. Incorrect.
Sheriff.
That's not the correct names. Those are the correct names. Correct!
Sheriff.
Incorrect. Those are the correct names. Correct! Person raise their hand. What was the correct name for the 7 ages we visited?
Jared!
Brady! Yeah! Brady!
God.
Brayden, congrats, come over here. Describe to us how you're feeling right now. What's going through your mind?
This feels amazing. I need these. I gotta win out, and I'm one away. So it feels good. It feels good. I am one step closer to winning.
All right, head back to your contestants. Right. Well, tribal council will be in an hour. Head off.
It feels amazing. Just as good as the last 3 times. I was going 3-1 if I didn't win. I was going 4-1 last round. I was going 5-1 the other one. I gotta keep my head down and not get cocky now and just do it one more time. Another one of these and 7 of these.
Well, I was very, very close. I just took medieval instead of Middle Ages. This game could have had a very different ending. I just had the wrong name. I just kept thinking of it was Middle Ages. I knew it started with M, and that's just kind of the first word that comes to mind when I think of castles and knights and stuff like that. Jamie doesn't want me to vote him out. I mean, we just sat there filling up for water, and he said, "I got to do what's best for my game." I guess that's not me, but if I want to do what's best for my game, it's probably him. So are you saying you're voting me?
No, I'm voting for her. I want to go fight. I think her and Brayden pretty much went each other day. He was like, I don't know if you're the best fit for my game. So I'm keeping you. If you can please just keep me. Please. I just want to fight with Jesse.
Okay. If I want any chance of Brayden taking me to Final 2, he might be much happier with me if I take Jamie out now. I feel like it might be him and me in the end. Let's be honest, you're going to win Final Immunity. Hope so. If I vote Jamie out tonight, would you take me? Would you at least, you don't need to tell me, would you at least strongly consider taking me?
A $1,000,000%. I still haven't made up my mind because I really want to take you out.
Yeah. But I mean, I guess maybe as as an olive branch for trying to help you to knock Jamie out of here, if he's going to be an issue for you. Hopefully that will help with your considerations.
1,000,000%. And you saying that, I really appreciate that, and I respect you a lot as a player. Like the straight up, like the straightforwardness that you've given me this game has been like unbelievable, and I really appreciate it. And you know that I want to take you.
This is my last ditch effort.
Who is the strong enough person to take out him at the end? At this point, I don't think it's her. I think it's me. I'm also not afraid to go to fire against her. And you know what, if I go home tonight, I'm also okay with it. It's not the end of the world. I won't be angry at you guys, but I think for you, you're looking at who's gonna bring you to the end. If you're there with me and Braden, I think we both bring you, right?
Worst case, I'm getting some beer tonight. I'm getting a hamburger. I'm gonna sleep well, and if I don't, I'm in the game in the final 3.
Do you want to go to fire as like a resume thing, or?
I don't want to be like, I didn't take that risk and like, you know, and like he stays and then it's just whatever.
I'm gonna vote for him.
Yeah, me too. Ideally, he just goes.
I feel like Braden's still gonna send us to fire, so he doesn't have to vote either of us out. Even though we both told him we won't be pissed off if we're voted out right now, like I think he still wants us to go to fire, so he can say like I didn't have to vote either of you guys out, and then one of us just loses at fire and goes that way. So I feel like that's gonna happen, but I'm hoping that if I do vote Jamie and he votes Jamie, he'll see that as a bit of a save for his game, and he'll still take me to the end. That's the only thing I can hope for, I guess. And that's it, that's all.
Come on in, guys! Let's bring in the members of our jury. Stevie, Taylor, Jen, Brandon, and Andrew voted off at the last tribal council. Alright, so Braden.
Yes.
When Andrew got voted off last tribal council, how did it affect your game? How were you feeling? What was going through your mind?
There were so many things going through my mind. I don't think I've cried the way I did after tribal council, probably since I was a baby. The kind of tears that were coming down everybody's face, we all just kind of had emotional moments. Andrew's a really good pal of mine, so losing him sucked. Voting in the minority for the first time sucked too. But, I'm feeling confident about these people as well. We shared some moments back at the mat. Yeah, it's a good Final Four.
I just want to hear what you were thinking when it was a immunity challenge and you had to, eat balutes, and you were having such a hard, you all had a hard time with putting the Island of the Ages visits together. What was going through your mind?
Eating that balut egg was the hardest thing that I've done out here. That was disgusting. Words can't explain how much I still want to throw up. And then getting over there and blowing like a lead like that, it stressed me out very, very bad. I just couldn't piece it together, and I started freaking out because I think the 3 of them would have voted for me tonight if I didn't pull off that immunity win. So it really stressed me out, but luckily I was able to pull it off in the end, and I'm elated.
Jamie, describe that challenge to me as well.
I spent most of my time on my knees puking, and the other time I was going into thorn bushes, but I managed to get the catch back up somehow. I don't even know how. Genuinely, I said the moment I got to this game, individual challenges are not for me. I knew that like 4 days in with no food, I'd be exhausted, and that I'd have to rely on the fact that I've built good relationships and find people who I trust to hopefully bring me to the end. And the fact I was literally like, we both had the ages memorized, and I had 4 of them written down. He just happened to get the Island of the Ages like 10 seconds before me, and that was the difference. And that's probably a huge reason why I'm going to be getting votes tonight. So, yeah.
William, you completed the Island of the Ages order first. Unfortunately, you weren't able to get the 7 ages correct. Can you talk to us, what was going through your mind when you were so close, but then no cigar. You couldn't get those last two, the middle age and the enlightened age.
Yeah, it was heartbreaking because it was a pretty nice comeback that I thought I had made there. But at the end of it, there was one point in the challenge when I was eating that egg when I just wanted him to put a set of our misery. I didn't even want to keep going, but I'm still very proud of what I did in that challenge, especially with the egg. There's a lot of challenges that I've gotten second or third in, some that I haven't done so well in, but I've been busting my butt out here every day in these challenges, and the last 2 days, like every muscle nearly every muscle from my waist down has been in excruciating pain, so I've been toughing it out and I haven't stopped, so I'm still happy with my performance today.
And Jessica, why not? Tell me about your challenge experience, that last immunity challenge.
They all had a problem with the egg. That was the easiest part for me. I wasn't worried at all. Like the worst part was just gagging. I kept thinking about it. I was like, but yeah. Honestly, I was looking at their answers a lot for the thing. I knew I was behind anyway, so yeah, I kept going for the rock. So.
All right. So Braden wins immunity. You guys get back to camp. Jamie, tell me what happened.
Well, here's the thing. I'm like a cockroach that just doesn't die. I think everyone's tried to get rid of me multiple times this season. And funny thing is, when we were at having our merge feast, we had to select who got bags for food. And in the bag of food that I had, there was an option. I could either get a Final Four immunity or get a hidden immunity idol that could be working. So luckily, my ass thought, well, if I make it to the Final Four, I'm not going to win immunity. So I might as well have the idol for that round. So got another one here. They've read it. They're perfectly aware. I'm joking. There's nothing. We got back to camp, and it's just truly been us being pretty honest, open, saying, hey, like, we're at the Final Four. We all have so much respect and love, and we've been through every emotion today together. I think we all want to be as fair as possible and take out threats, and we're all threats, but like the persons that we see as our biggest endgame threats for each other. So I think there's going to be fire tonight. I hope there's fire tonight because that's what I was told, and I have a lot of faith in the relationships here that we've made, and good. I love these guys, so like if it's not fire, it's going to really suck. But I think we're going to fire, and I'm excited.
We're going to fire. William, what are your thoughts on that? What Jamie said.
Yeah, everything was kind of discussed and figured out, and I think it's what made everyone happy. Nobody had to make the choice really to vote one of us out officially, so there isn't that sting there for everybody. I don't know, it's just, we're a group that's been together for quite a while, and it's just kind of a nice fitting ending, I think, for us at Final Four.
How about you, Jessica? What are your thoughts on this Final Four possible fire?
I respect everyone's decision. I think we're at the point that we can be honest with like why we're making the decisions we're making, and I think obviously it's Final Four, so at this point if like people are confident in what they want to do, and I think it's just people had to make that decision for themselves.
Braden, you're safe. Just give me your 2 cents on this possible going to fire votes.
There's 2 people that at this point want to go against each other in fire because they're each other's biggest threats, and Will and I want to respect that, so I think that is.
You just want to go Jamie. You go Jamie.
We don't know. No, that's not what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to fire.
You can just do Jamie.
We're gonna go to fire. Let's not do that.
All right. Well, I have nothing else to say. Does anyone else want to say something before we go to lockdown? We go to the vote.
I just want to tell Jess that this is the tiebreaker. We have we're 1-1 in Flip Cup against each other, so this is going to be the tiebreaker, and I'm pretty excited to beat her.
Jessica?
It's a lot of talk. We'll see.
All right, it is time to vote. Jessica, you're up.
Let's make some TV.
I don't even know how many times I voted you at this point.
I wouldn't have this game end if any other way than me going to fire against Jess. She's out of the game. I'm in the final two. And if I'm out of the game, she's in the final two. So we'll see what happens.
I will tell you the votes. Once the votes are read, the decision is final. The person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote, Jamie. 1 vote Jamie. Second vote, Jess. 1 vote Jamie, 1 vote Jess. Third vote, Jamie. 2 votes Jamie, 1 vote Jess. 1 vote left. We have a tie. Jessica. 2 votes Jamie, 2 votes Jessica. Alright, the rules of Survivor BC states that if 2 players are tied, we will go to a re-vote. Will, do you plan on switching your vote?
I do not know.
Brayden, do you plan on switching your vote?
No.
Alright, so because the revote continues on and we still have a tie, we will go to a tiebreaker. I just want to take this moment. This is the first time in Survivor BC history we've had a tiebreaker at the Final Four.
Let's do this.
Alright, so here is how this tiebreaker works. There's this pool, it has 3 different sections. You will start off holding on one section, pick a plate, whatever plate you think is best, balance it on top. Then, this ball, I will count you down from 20. Balance this ball. If it falls, you are out. If the plate falls, you are out. Every 5 minutes, I will ask you, go to the second section. Third minute, after that, after another 5 minutes, I'll ask you to go to the third section. First player to have their ball or their plate touch the ground first is out of this game. All right.
Good luck, you guys. Good luck. Good luck.
Yeah, I wanted a puzzle.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, challenge starts now. Obviously, the pole cannot touch your body. Obviously, you also cannot touch the ball.
Okay, in 30 seconds, I'm going to ask you to go to the second section of this pool. In 20 seconds, I'm going to ask you to go to the second section of this pool. Obviously, you can switch hands. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, Jessica, you are out of this challenge.
Oh my god!
Jamie,
Oh my god!
she stays in this game.
Wait.
What happened?
Oh, I thought I could, like...
You have to let go only on the second section. I'm sorry, Jessica. Jessica, you're the 13th person voted out of Survivor BC, the Golden Age, and the 6th member of the jury. The child has spoken. Time for you to go.
We love you!
Wow. Right after an intense tribal council, you guys have an intense final immunity challenge tonight still.
Oh, Satan is real.
Are you kidding me?
I can't.
I am.
Alright, be ready.
We're nice.
It's like 10. Head out into the field.
I just felt it moving everywhere, and I was like,
You almost dropped it like a dozen times.
I know.
I was like, oh, shit. He's the last one. You're like,
Just had our final 4 tribal council. As you can see, I'm still here.
These are 2 guys that I started the game with. It's not that often that you can kind of have the story, the start to finish story, so I mean, I'm ecstatic that we all made it here. It's awesome.
I've left my mark and I'm satisfied with my spot. I'm sure $500 is fucking awesome too, but you know, I'm good with losing to these guys. I think I've said it since like 6 or 7. This is a great group of people. We've all become family out here, you know. We're all honest and open and very, very close with each other, and I think all of us feel for each other and understand each story that we've all created, and so I think it's gonna be a good ending.
I think everyone here knows that, like, why I'm here. Like, you know, I'm pretty much an open book to everyone. It's funny because I'm also the one who runs around looking for idols, but I'm pretty much an open book, and I don't have anything to hide. Everyone knows how much this game means to me, and the reasons it means so much to me is not because I want to win, like prove that I'm a good Survivor player. It's like I want to win because I wanted to challenge myself and grow as a person, and I feel like I've done that, so I'm super pumped, and all that's left is hit the final 2 and to do that. So if we have to stay up all night, I do it looking for idols. I might as well do it standing in one spot.
From the very start, these are 2 guys that I definitely wanted to go to the end with. I didn't expect to, because I mean, you make these plans at the start of the game. You know, people screw over your buddies and that type of thing. Maybe they screw over you, but you know, we've stuck solid for the most part. A few hitches here and there, but I mean, we've been here since the first day, and here we are, almost at the end together. So, yeah, it was a desire, but it was unexpected, the result, I guess.
Ultimately, as soon as the challenge ended, I looked at Braden. We had made a pact that we were going to keep each other here. The kid's like a little brother to me. Like, we're like literally super close, and like I'm genuinely like so gutted that tomorrow's probably our last day hanging out for who knows how long, because like I love that kid, and he kept me here in the moment I needed him to, and I think if I win, I will bring him to the end, to be honest. Like, I think I have a hard time against either one of them. If I'm going to lose, I'd rather lose to a friend.
I don't plan on throwing a challenge. I will never throw a challenge. I think that's stupid. But at the same time, a good point was made, and if I can survive a vote by myself at the final 3 and have one of them take me, that's the last thing that I need on my resume.
I'm guessing it's just going to be whoever can hold on to the pole the longest through the middle of the night.
I don't know, there's a lot of things that I'm debating. We're gonna have a long time up on that pole, so I'm gonna have my time to think, but there's a lot up in this brain right here right now, so if I don't think that either of them are gonna take me, I just have to stay on that pole for as long as possible, so it's gonna come down to however I read the room.
Okay, Jamie, William, Braden, welcome to your final immunity challenge. This challenge is a Survivor Classic, hands on the hard idol. Basically, this challenge is very simple. Reach out your hand and touch this immunity stand. If you let go, you're out. This is all about willpower and endurance. We could go all night, but remember, Final Tribal Council will be tomorrow morning. Every 30 minutes, I will ask you to just walk in a circle back to the tile that you were originally standing on. All right, survivors ready? Go.
It's gonna be a long night.
Yep. I don't think I'm ever letting go of this thing.
We hope everyone is proud of us.
We hope this is what you guys wanted.
Yeah, genuinely. Worked our asses off to get here. 3 very different games.
Oh yeah. That was the most fun I've had in 30 minutes.
That was 30 minutes?
That was a short 30 minutes.
Holy cow.
I won't lie, ever since being Jess, I've been on like an 11.
Yeah.
I just, like, I'm so hyped up right now. I want it to be a foot race. Excuse me.
Do a foot race instead of that.
Okay, to the bathroom and back. Ready?
Yeah, ready? 3,
Go.
2, 1. So why didn't you go?
Well, I just figured, you know, I was actually went, I'm blazing fast.
Oh yeah, nice. How was that?
It's really good. The bathroom smells.
Oh, still.
Yep, that thing's been stewing for a week.
Damn it.
2, 1.
No, Brandon doesn't even smell. Brandon's like having a battle at night.
Oh really? I know Andrew starts too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was one. When I swapped over here, I woke up. I was lying on my side, and he must have rolled over really close to me, and I woke up. He was like 2.5 inches from my ear, and I just wake up to right in my ear.
I'm sure it sounded exactly like
I
that.
kept trying to roll over into him, like I was like rolling my shoulder into his face to just try to get him to stop snoring or move farther away from me. And he wouldn't move. He just kept going. Wouldn't move.
If you think about it, like, game completely aside, we're standing here at like 1 a.m. with our hands on a stick.
The park rangers are gonna be like, what?
Like, imagine if you didn't know what was going on and you fucking saw this. How lame.
We also have like a weird homeless camp right there.
3, 2, 1, go. That's beautiful.
Thank you. I've been walking since I was born.
I got a jacket I'm not using. Like a big
Everyone
jacket.
who wears it gets voted out, be careful.
Yeah.
Taylor, then Jenny, then Jess. Keep that thing away from me.
And then Andrew wore it after and he went.
Yeah, I saw Andrew wear it today too, that's why I was like...
Take it off!
Alright, it's been 2 hours. Go ahead and walk around forwards.
I mean, I could stay like this forever.
Yeah, we all.
I think this part's actually hurting you guys a lot more than me.
So what would make it a little bit more complicated?
I have
Any
no idea.
suggestions for production, you know?
You guys want to go one line?
Voluntarily?
Yeah.
I'll wait till Jared gets here because he'll probably want to do something live.
It is 2:30, so whenever you guys want to.
1, 2, 3.
Such excitement, eh?
Yep, most excitement I've had in 30 minutes.
It's been 3 hours, 30 minutes. If you guys want to go for a walk, you can. I'm going to let you guys coordinate yourselves.
Oh, this is the most fun part. That was the most fun I've had in 30 minutes.
The last food that went in my stomach was a fucking blueberry.
Do you want an Oreo?
I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to that.
You guys want Oreos for making it to 3.5 hours?
Oh wow, look at this guy, eh? He's got like the whole market store like in his pocket.
Jury pandering.
Jury pandering.
Can we take one last trip?
Sure, go for it.
Good luck.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Don't let your foot touch the ground. It is 4:20 a.m. in the morning. These contestants have been here since exactly midnight. So it's been 4 hours and 20 minutes that they've been holding onto this pole. They've been begging for an increase in challenge on this final 3 immunity challenge. And so we've asked them to stand on one leg.
Okay, fuck it.
Great job, you. Good job.
Oh.
There it is.
Oh my god.
Congrats. One immunity. Congratulations. Yeah, we got Jara. Joe, man. You're going to the final 2.
Brayden, congratulations. Not only did you win 5 immunities this season, you've shattered the Survivor BC record of 3 immunity wins in one season.
Oh.
Congrats. Brayden, you are on your way to the final tribal council. Now there's only one decision left to make: who you're taking with you. Alright, so your tribal council will be early this morning. This challenge lasted about 4 hours. Your tribal council will be in about 3 hours. And back to camp, get some sleep.
I'm chilling right here for a bit, I think.
Last night we had our final immunity challenge. It was a good old endurance competition where you just had to hang on to a stick. We made it about 4 hours and then we turned it into one-legged. And once I went one-legged, I knew it was just not gonna be a win for me. It's just really difficult when your body's like shutting down on you and not really working. Like I could barely stand, so I had to give out. And then, like, of course, right after Will drops, which means that they're probably just waiting for me to drop for me to go home, probably. And I mean, Brayden won't really give me a look in the eyes today, and he's never been afraid to give me the look of confidence, which, I mean, I think he thinks I'm his biggest threat at the end game, and I don't think that's the God-honest truth. I just really want to sit at the end and at least explain why I think I deserve to win. I think I've done everything you can do in this game except for that. And I think it would just be really fitting. Like, me and Brayden have literally been boys since I think the first time we got on our tribe mat and we looked at our tribe and we looked at each other and we just kind of said, like, yeah, like, this is, gave each other the look of, like, yeah, we're gonna be fine. Like, and so for the person you build the best relationship with to kind of be like the dagger, it's just brutal. And every round I've found some sort of way to get out. I don't have a bag of tricks left. Like, it's just, who does he think he can beat at the end is who he's going to take. And if he votes me out, I mean, the person who goes out last is typically one of the people who would have won the game. I genuinely think I played the best game this whole season. Like, this whole game was just been like proving that, like, I'm good at shit, that I'm confident in myself and I can do these things. And I think for the longest point in this game, I wasn't confident that I could actually win this game. And last night, just standing there for 4 hours and thinking about everything, I'm like, no, like, you really have played the best game. And I think if I can sit in front of the jury, like, it would mean so much to just, like, leave this game as a winner. It's not even like I want the money or anything. It's just like I want, like, the satisfaction of it. All I can do now is just fight for my life, like I've done literally since we voted out Austin. So we'll see what happens, I guess.
I think there's a good chance Brayden will take me. I feel like for quite a while I've been saying he's, of course, you know, since like final 8 or 9, he's the one person that would be the hardest to beat. But if anybody left at merge, I've been saying that since early merge. I know I've told people I would go to the end with anybody. I don't care who they are. I'll try to talk my way to a win. And here we are. So I'll get the toughest battle at the end, I guess. This whole game is just tough now, but I mean, I came out here and I exceeded the expectations that I had for myself, especially after the first night, like sleeping on a cold third floor with sticks. This is all I was wearing was jogging pants and a hoodie. I had a t-shirt that I put my head on. It was freezing cold, so even just getting through that first night, I knew at that point, whatever else you guys threw at us, I'd be able to stick it out. But holy cow, it's been tough. Yesterday at one point, when I got to Final 4, there was a member of production that congratulated me and said, "Your kids are going to be really proud of you." And that was when I finally broke down. I went off on my own and kind of just pottered around here and try not to think of home too much. Stay focused on the game. But once you said that, I keep thinking about that every once in a while, and it's a good emotional push to the end. But it causes this, which I don't really want at this point. You know, I'll let it all out at the end is what I was hoping. Everybody back home, whether it's friends or family or co-workers, like they know this is beyond anything that I would ever desire to go out of my way to do. I did it, so I'm here at the end almost. Even if I don't make it to final tribal. Like, if I go into third place, I'd like to think it's because he thinks he can't beat me, and I could have won this game. So I've got the full package. And aside from the win, but almost the full package if I don't get the win, I guess. Still satisfying enough.
There's a huge decision that I have to make today. I'm picking between two people that I've spent every minute with since day one, again, which sucks. And it's like a $500 decision right now, I think. The journey has been amazing. This has been one of, if not the best experience that I've ever had. I checked off so many different things on my bucket list. I found an idol. I made a great alliance. I made amazing friends. I won immunities. I broke a record. What I really wanted to come out here and do was leave my mark on the franchise. And if I can't win the game, I've got a record and I've got a pretty damn good game to be proud of. And not only that, I was able to fit in with a group of adults that are all wonderful and outgoing people, and I didn't feel like I cracked under pressure. I feel like I was able to fit in and just become friends with all of them, and they're all telling me we're going to be amazing friends after this game, and that's what I wanted to do, and I feel very accomplished with myself and my experience in Survivor BC. I might not win either way, but I'm probably just getting paranoid. I mean, it's what you do on Survivor. You think everybody's against you, so it's been very, very emotional. And you know, I came in here and I wanted to make a bunch of friends, and then when we got to a point where it was all my friends left in the game at Final 8, that's when it started hurting pretty bad. I didn't want to vote Taylor, didn't want to vote Jenny, didn't want to vote Brandon, didn't want to lose Andrew, like didn't want to lose Jess, didn't want to lose Will or Jamie. Like, I love every single one of these people, and like I think at this point I kind of just got to put my head down, shoot for the stars right now, and try and convince 7 people that I played the best game and deserve to win.
All right, come on in, guys. Let's bring in the members of our jury. Stevie, Taylor, Jen, Brandon, Andrew, and Jessica. Vote off to the last tribal council. Brayden, you've won 5 immunities in a row. How does it feel?
It feels really good. Being told before every challenge that if I don't win it, I'm gonna be the next one to get voted out. It puts you into a state of do or die, and I don't have words. I impressed myself. I didn't think I was capable of that, and you know, it feels really good to secure my own safety that many times, and to be in the final 2 as well. I'm over the moon, Jared.
So Jamie, Brayden's safe. What is you know, your plea? What do you whatever you want to share with us? What is your plea to Brayden in order for him to keep you?
I mean, we just had our conversation like literally seconds before tribal council. Brayden knows my game better than anyone else in this game. We've literally been each other's number one. I think from the moment we got our buffs and we looked at each other and like went to start Steal the Bacon, it's like I knew that we would be each other's people, and everything that's happened throughout this game has only solidified that. The moments that were tense between us weren't even like we had malicious intent towards each other. It was just that like we were trying to play the game as hard as we can. And I think Brayden, my pitch to Brayden is that like just play the game. Like you've been in a spot where you've had to betray a lot of the people that you've built good relationships with, and I think the jury will really respect you at least staying true to the one relationship you've had since the very beginning. And you've been able to bail me out of a couple spots. I'm able to bail you out of a couple spots. There's one last one here. We could both sit at the end together because you know how much we care for each other, and I just really hope that we're the final 2. But it's your decision, and I get why you're nervous to go there with me, but I think a lot of those nerves are coming from a place that maybe you're not confident in your own game, and you really should, because you have played a great game.
How about you, William? What is your plea to Brayden? Whatever you want to share, that will, you know, hopefully cause Brayden to want to keep you for this tribal.
I mean, I kind of thought that I was one of Braden's closest allies in the game. I have been very close with Braden since the start of the game, and it's just that bond has grown closer and closer as the game's gone on. And it's been a very unexpected bond because he's the youngest person out here. I'm the oldest person out here. My kids are closer in age to Braden than I am to Braden. So the fact that we came together as well as we did throughout this game, and had a lot of the discussions that we had, and the heart-to-hearts that we had, we had a really great connection. I'm not gonna go at him about why my game, should bring me to the end over Jamie. We've had those discussions ad nauseum, but whatever he decides, I've far exceeded. I didn't want to ugly cry. I've far exceeded any expectations than I could have ever imagined coming out here. So.
Explain to me your tears, if you want to share. What's causing you to be, teary-eyed?
I think like every wire in my brain is frayed right now, and like nothing in my body works anymore. Just on top of everything else, it's been hard to keep it together the last day and a half. And I don't know. Yesterday when we got to Final Four, there was a production member that congratulated me, and he said, "Your kids are going to be really proud of you." And I've been trying not to think of home too much throughout this game. I've been trying to stay focused on the game. But after I was told that was the first time I kind of finally broke down. I went off, I kind of puttered around in the woods for a bit, just to collect my thoughts and think about some stuff. But it's been really difficult since then. I'm not blaming him for saying that stuff. But that's where the tears are from. It's just, I think about that a lot.
Standing in the middle of the dark for almost 4 hours during the Immunity Challenge, what was going through your mind about you?
I wasn't even expecting an overnight challenge. Like I've probably, I don't know, we've been here 6 nights. I think I've probably slept like 16 hours collectively. 2 nights I don't think I slept more than 2 minutes. So I wasn't looking forward to it. And I think going into it, it's kind of been hard this merge to not go into a challenge and not expect Braden to win, and especially this one. I'm the old guy, he's the young fit guy here, right? And but going into it, even knowing he had a great shot, I'm not going to go into it and just give it to him. I still stuck it out as long as I could. I don't know, what did we go, like almost 4.5 hours, I think?
It was, yeah.
I went as long as my body would let me. I didn't give up, hoping that he would bring me to the end or trying to make any promises. So I still tried to stick it out as long as I could. So I'm happy with how it all ended.
How about you, Jamie? Standing in the middle of the dark for over 4 hours, what were you thinking?
I was just thinking about like the last few rounds of the game. I've lost like a lot of confidence in like all the things I did. I was thinking a lot of people in the game wouldn't have respect for what I did, and you're just sitting there, and I was just thinking about, like, you know what, like, even if the jury doesn't respect what I've done, I'm super proud of what I've done, and, like, part of why I came out here was to just, it was more for me than for, like, other people's validation, and I'm just super happy that I can at least say I played a game I'm super proud of, and just, yeah, I'm like tired of looking for other people's validation, and I think last night I just really was like, fuck it, like, you're so happy with what you've done, so that's all you need.
Braden, so, standing in the middle of the dark for that classic Immunity Challenge and then winning, I just want you to walk us through, whatever you want to share, your mindset, winning the Immunity Challenge, waking up in the morning. Even right now, what's going through your mind?
I'm just stressed out. I love these two guys to death, and my decision is going to be made over there. I don't really have much to say other than the fact that I don't know if I'm confident in my own game as well. You know what I mean? It's stressful. We're all paranoid. We're all exhausted. We're all stressed out to the max, and You know, I think we just kind of got to go in with this and have confidence in ourselves and just trust the fact that we all played great games and that the best one's going to win.
Does anyone want anything? Does anyone want to say anything before we get to the vote?
I think we're all broken.
Yeah. I just need a shower and food and bed.
All right. You have immunity. That means Jamie can only vote for Will. Will can only vote for Jamie. Those votes cancel each other out. Braden, you have the sole deciding vote for this tribal council. It is time to vote. Braden, you're up.
Good luck, man.
You've made this experience for me, and this is the hardest thing that I've ever had to do. And I'm really sorry that it has to come to this, but you're the main character of this whole damn season, and your edit's gonna look great as the fallen hero.
I will go tally the votes. Once the votes is read, the decision is final. The person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I will read the votes. The 14th person voted out of Survivor BC, the Golden Age, and the 7th and final member of the jury is... Jamie. Travis.
It's hands down been like the craziest thing I've ever done. Most emotional thing. Both of you would just like fight like hell. I don't know which way I'm going, obviously, but like, I'm so thankful that I played the game with you, and just thanks for being friends of mine and going through this experience with me.
I love you.
Congratulations, Braden Smith and William. You have made it as far as you possibly can in this game. The power has now shifted to the jury. 7 players who you either directly or indirectly voted out of the game. We will have our final tribal council, our opening speeches, our jury speeches, and our closing speeches. And the jury of 7 will vote for one of you two to be the winner of Survivor BC Season 8. Claim the title of Sole Survivor and the $500 grand prize. All right, you guys have an hour before the final tribal council. Head to the field. I'll see you later.
I've never put so much effort into something, and that means so much to me. And I just feel like it wasn't supposed to end this way. I feel like I was supposed to be at the end of the game. I just truly feel like that's what was supposed to happen. Obviously, they have to make decisions that are best for them. I do think I would have had that jury right in my hands, but he made the right choice. It's hard because you do everything in this game. You do so much just to get ahead and ahead. I've literally been the king of the cockroaches. Like, people have come for me every single round of the merge. My name's been thrown out. My name's been tossed around. I've done crazy shit to stay here that I can't even believe it worked at times, because I'm like, I would never believe it. So how the hell are they gonna believe it? They're all so smart and good players. So the fact I even got to 3rd place is absolutely wild and just amazing, I think.
The young guy and the old guy.
Yeah. Time to figure out which one is the golden age.
Yeah. You want to just like fight spots separate from profit? Salaries and speeches.
final two.
Down this way, please.
Final two breakfast. You guys need your energy for the final tribal council.
Thank you so much.
Here you go. Hope it's enough to replenish your strength. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Listen.
Oh my god, there's toast. There's toast.
There's more. There's actually warm stuff in here.
Oh my
And there's 4 of those things
There's
in here.
4? Oh, there's tree milk.
Welcome to day 7, the age to come. The time machine is fixed, and we've transported ourselves far beyond our own region of time and space, to an era far removed from our own imaginations. I want to congratulate you for having made it to the final day of this game. That is no easy feat, but now it is all up to fate and the judgment of your fellow jury members. Speak boldly and without fear. The game that you played is a game worthy of winning. Even if people are bitter at you for voting them out or believe that you were undeserving, you got to the end of the game for a reason, and nobody can ever take that accomplishment away from you. We had a cakewalk over on the Kwantlen tribe, at least for the first couple of votes. Hitting the merge was game changing. Everything to do with the first merge tribal council really set the pace for the rest of the game, and it was intense. It only got harder. But as we wait, I must ask, during the course of the game, did you learn anything about yourself? Did this season teach you anything about who you are as a person? The title and the money is one thing, but the prestige and high will quickly fade away long after the season is over, and that's just it. Whether you win or lose, you will make new friends. You will connect. You will hopefully have a great time in the reunion later tonight. We will. And maybe continue meeting up in the days and weeks that follow. But when you are alone and your mind reflects back to the days you were camping in the forests of Tynehead Park, what will stick out to you? Will it be about your game and what you could have done differently? Will it be about the ups and downs that you shared with your fellow competitors? Or will it be something more? So do your best and aim for the win, but also make sure when the game is over to remember the ages of human history that you visited throughout the season. From the Stone Age to the Atomic Age, the Dark Age, and the Golden Age, and the current age that this day represents, the age to come. As you leave this place, wherever you're from, whoever you are, no matter what you've done, reflect on your journey competing on Season 8 of Survivor BC and all that it encompasses. Because perhaps there's more to life than this. We fucking did it.
Let's eat.
Let's eat.
I'm trying to practice my speech without crying, and it's impossible to do. So
Every single vote since Final 8, I think I've cried, and I think I've been upset, and I haven't wanted to write down a name, but that's the game.
I don't know if it's going to be easier when I'm looking at people. Probably not. I'm sitting here looking at a bush and crying. So
that was my strategy coming into the game. Wanted to make some friendships and bonds, and then once people saw me as too much of a threat, I needed to win out, and I did.
I know that if I do win this, I'm winning this with my words.
I'm very happy with how my strategy played out. I think I did it pretty perfectly. Now all I gotta do is convince the jury that I'm deserving of the win, and I really hope that they have the respect for me to vote for me to win this season. This is what we came here to do.
That's right.
Let's make them proud. Let's give them a choice. So let's make them want to choose.
Yes.
Make it a tough choice.
All right, come on in, final two. Let's bring in the members of our jury. Stevie, Taylor, Jen, Brandon, Andrew, Jessica, and Jamie. All right, congratulations again, Braden Smith and Will, for making it to the final two. In a few moments, I'm going to ask you to do your opening speeches. All right. Will, because you sat on the rightmost, you will go first.
Hello, everyone. Let me just start by saying thank you for letting me play this game with you. I've had such an unbelievable time. I would play this game again with all 15 of you in a heartbeat, no doubt. Maybe a little bit of a break in between before that happens, but this has been such a great cast, and this has been such an experience. There's one last thing I need to push myself through while I'm here this week. And I hate doing this in front of people, and especially whoever's watching from home. But I've been dealing with a lot of personal issues for a long time. And a lot of bad days. The night that I got the email to play this game, my mental health was at an all-time low. And call it a sign. If you believe in signs or fate, whatever, that's what it was for me. To come out here and have an experience like this, for this type of game that I've lived and breathed for over 20 years, when I was still older than him when the game premiered on television. You know, I had to do it. I needed to come out here, and I needed to find some way to better myself, and I have. There's a lot of stuff I'm going to take from this home. Emotional fortitude. I know it doesn't look like emotional fortitude right now. Emotional fortitude, mental fortitude, physical fortitude, perseverance, strength. There's so many things I came out here and I did that I never would have wanted to do. I never would have believed that I could do. And I did it. I mean, just starting that first night where I was sleeping on the cold ground on sticks. All I had was my jogging pants and a hoodie, and I was sleeping with my head on my shirt. And well, I shouldn't even say sleeping. I didn't sleep then. I lied on the ground that way for about 8 hours until the sun came up. But I mean, I made it through that, and I knew at that morning that I could stick it through for the rest of the week. And I have. I've been pushing myself as hard as I could. And I'm here at the end. And the one thing that I really like taking out of this is hopefully how happy I made people at home. Originally I was going to bring a luxury item of a picture of my kids, and I'm glad I didn't, because I never received my luxury item at any point when I was out here. What I did have was this bracelet that my 6-year-old daughter Molly made me the day before I left. She made a matching one for herself. And she said when you're gone, I could look at it to think of her back home. She would do the same. And to have someone you love say that, especially to come from a 6-year-old, like, I didn't want to leave, but I had to come out here and do this. And I know when I go back and watch a lot of videos, whether I'm in the background doing something or I'm sitting at tribal council, there's a lot of times where I'm just sitting here doing this and looking at it. And it's crazy to think that 2 pieces of string helped me so much this week, but it did. For this game, I didn't really have any specific strategy coming in. I needed to see, you know, who I was playing with, who I was tribed up with. And then I kind of just let it go from there. I feel like I did play a very respectful game with everybody. I do think I played a very incognito game, and there was a lot of stuff that people didn't see, especially a few of you that were on the other tribe to start with, that I was only with a little bit at merge time. But I hope you have a lot of questions for me, and I can explain a lot of things for you. Either way, I mean, I'm coming out of this feeling like a winner anyway, so lay it on me. I'm ready for you.
I wanted to start by thanking you for putting this on, because you put a tremendous amount of effort into every single season, and this has been an experience of a lifetime, and I just really appreciate all the work you put in, all the work that the production puts in, and all the work that the players put in. We made this the best season yet, and between the two of us, I think whichever one takes it, it's going to be a deserving winner, and I'm very excited to see it. I came into this game with 3 goals. The first one was to be liked. I came in knowing I was probably going to be the youngest person here, and being 6 or 7 years younger than the next youngest person, I felt like I would face a lot of adversity. So the thing that I wanted to do most, and I told a lot of people this, was to come in here and just make friends. I thought if I was going to be one of the first 3 people voted out, and if I wasn't going to have a great game experience, I thought maybe I could make some lifelong friends, and I'm very, very positive that I did. The second goal was to leave a mark on this game. I think I achieved this in a couple of different ways. I think I helped guide
or at least helped with the flow of how this game went. I voted the minority one time, and I think I had a good push for what was going to happen a lot of the time in this game. Obviously, I have the new record for most immunity wins in one season, which breaks the record by 2 and also ties the real Survivor record at 5. So that is something that I feel very, very accomplished with and happy with. And the third one is I'm representing like a different kind of community. Like all the young people out there that want to play Survivor and see me playing with these adults and all these people that are young, older than me, and they're smarter than me and more athletic than me sometimes. And I feel like if people are watching this, I wanted to leave a mark and show people that, you know, you can do it and be just as good, even if you're still in high school. So yeah. The third one was to complete my Survivor bucket list. I wanted to find an idol. Within the first hour, I found the original Kwantlen Drive idol. And I didn't need to use it at all. I was able to keep it all the way into the final 6 and still not have a single vote cast against me the whole entire season. I wanted to win an immunity challenge. I think I checked that box about 5 times. Very, very happy with that, especially being against people that are older than me. I was very stressed out about that, and I'm very, very impressed with myself being able to do so. I said this a lot of times, I want a damn episode title. I really want an episode title. I think I said that a bunch of times, so I hope I got my episode title. And most importantly, I wanted to make the finale, and I wanted to win the game. So I've done 1 of 2 of those things, and I just hope that you guys can help me out with the second one. This game means a lot to me. I've been watching this show since as young as I can remember, even though I'm still so much younger than all of you. So it's probably not too much of a time for any of you. But this game means everything to me, and I hope that I've, you know, made some good friends here, made some good connections, and all I need now is for you guys to help me. I hope I earned your respect. Hope I can do that as well with your questions. I'm ready for any questions you guys got for me. So grill us. Let's go. That's all.
All right, thank you, Braden Smith and Will. All right, jury, it's now your turn. When I call your name, step up forward where this yellow towel is and either ask a question or make a comment to the final 2. Stevie, you're up.
Right here?
Yes. You can stand in front of it.
Congratulations, guys, on making the final 2 in a season with a really high level of gameplay. I'm really impressed with both of you, and either of you is a really deserving winner, so congratulations on that. So Will, what you're saying about the jury not knowing your game and it being incognito, that's 100% correct. Like, that's what we're all saying. So I want to give you this opportunity to explain some of the moves you made in the background that we didn't see. I think this is very important for you to have a chance to win, to explain this to us.
Yeah. I think first and foremost, the one big thing that I was able to do for myself in this game, and this was with my connections with everybody and little discussions that I would have with everybody and whatever it is I would say, is I don't think at any point in time I was ever going to be the next vote. I was always able to keep myself safe, probably fairly distant from being the next vote, and that was just with the connections that I built with people. And I know, like, you know, somebody like you, Stevie, we were only together for a short period of time, but I know the interactions we had, I was honest with you and I was respectful with you, and it's that type of gameplay that I think helped with that type of thing. But as far as a lot of the incognito stuff goes, there's a lot of different things that it's easy to say when we watch back the season. You'll see there's a lot of different things that I would bring into conversations with people, whether it was one-on-ones or with like my full alliance, where I would offer suggestions or counter suggestions. Somebody would say that we need to do this, and I would have to tell them, if we do that, then this might happen. Like, I would try to help plot the course for my alliance, and I don't think it was really the focus. The attention wasn't really on me as the one that was, you know, putting this stuff out there, but I feel like the things that I was saying was really resonating with people, and I was really trying to help my alliance move forward in the game. That's what I do. You know, I'm looking out for myself first and foremost, but I'm looking out for my alliance as well, because they're going to help me get further in the game. But everything I did was for my alliance, and a lot of that just had to do with the plotting, the planning, the strategizing. I don't know, I feel like I got a pretty good brain for this game, and I use that in this game as well. I don't know. It's hard to think of one specific example at this point in time, but it's all the seeds that I kind of planted in people's minds as well too. You know, just giving ideas for what we should do the next round, or maybe saying something a little negative or off kilter about certain players to kind of instill some sort of negative perception against that person, so that they might be targeted the next round because that's the person that I would prefer targeted for my game. You know, I might be hearing that other members of my alliance want a particular person out, and I would try to say things to sway it towards that person. And not that I was fully responsible all the time for that type of thing, but for my game, I mean, playing my game, I did see that I was able to make that happen a lot of times. What I was saying to people was resonating with them, and a lot of people were going through with the things that I was stating. Not, I mean, most people were already in agreement with a lot of this stuff or would already be on board, but I feel like I was the real pusher for a lot of things, and I really kept people on task. I kept people grounded a lot of times. I kept people centered. There's a lot of people in this game who couldn't really keep their heads on straight a lot of the time with the paranoia and panicking, and I feel like that was the big part for me in my alliance, was keeping everybody centered and grounded as well.
Absolutely, thanks for that answer. I do think if specific examples come to mind throughout this discussion, I do think more specific examples would help. One specific example I was kind of curious about was your use of the mutiny power.
Yes.
That was a really interesting move. Could you elaborate on that?
In that one, so there was 3 from my original tribe and 3 from the blue tribe, so I was over there with Taylor and Andrew, and I did not feel comfortable at all, especially knowing which original tribe members were back on Kwantlen. Seeing the dynamics in that group with the players like yourself and previous relationships that were there, I didn't feel safe. I kind of felt that if we did lose, I was probably next to go. I don't think that Andrew and Taylor would have had any qualms cutting me if they needed to save their game, because that was still fairly early in the game. I don't want to blame you guys for doing it either, but I didn't feel safe, and I knew that I would be safe on the other side with the guys that were there, so that couldn't have come at a better time. That was, I know I said in my confessional that if I didn't have that mutiny advantage that round and we lost, that would have been the end of my game.
Okay, thank you. And Brayden, what I want to ask you is, I noticed that a lot of the tribal councils, after you backstabbed me, you were looking really sad at a lot of the tribal councils. Like, you always kind of came in looking like a sad puppy. And so to me, it seemed like you weren't owning your moves, but I wasn't sure if maybe that sadness was kind of part of your strategy, like you wanted to appear that way for the other players. So could you just elaborate on like what was the deal with looking so sad at every tribal council?
Obviously this has been a really emotional game. I think for all of us, a lot of tears have been shed. The emotion was genuine. I think I was still owning my moves while still being upset about it. I've made a lot of good friends throughout the course of this season, and the emotion was very real. But I did play it up at times to help out with the believableness. That's not a word, but I would play it up at times. But yeah, a lot of the emotion was very genuine because I feel very strongly about a lot of you, and yeah, that's my answer.
Great, thanks so much, guys. Good luck.
Thank you, Stevie. Okay, Taylor.
Hi guys. Congrats on making the end. I know a lot of us are very jealous of you too, so congrats, and we're gonna have a great winner. Brayden, I'll start with you. I think on my vote off, when I got voted out, I was really at peace with where I was, and I was okay with you voting me out, and I felt like you were doing it for a reason. You knew what you're doing. But as time went on and more jurors entered the game and more secrets came out, I became more and more uncomfortable with how you handled our relationship, because I felt like it was on a different level than some other of these people, and I don't know now the authenticity to our relationship. And so that's a conversation that we can have after. I don't need you to elaborate on it now, but I'm not the most impressed with you, I would say, in terms of how you handled our relationship. But I do want to know that you obviously would have had a path and you chose Andrew for a reason. And so had you have not have won your individual immunity wins and went on that streak, what was your plan in that after voting me out? Because you didn't need me anymore. So I want to know who you were thinking that you wanted to take to the end, or how you would have gotten to the end if you hadn't have won all those immunities.
The path that I wanted to take was pretty much the same. I wanted to take Andrew a little bit farther, but I felt like a lot of the placements were in the right spots for what I needed and what I wanted. Yeah, I was trying to build off the relationships at the beginning, and I was trying to keep the people that I wanted safe, and I was trying to work with them as close as possible. And like I said, I wanted to be really good friends with everybody and try and build off of that, and I felt like I did a good job with that. And I apologize if you feel like it wasn't authentic, because it really much was. You were my best friend in this game, and I'm sorry if I hurt you in any way or anything like that, because I did mean every single thing. Yeah, that's...
And then I have a question for the both of you, so I'll start with Will since I haven't asked you it. But I think with this season being the golden age and they talk about your peaks, I want to know what was your peak in this game and how did you ride that peak to get to where you're sitting right now?
I think a lot of it just comes back to the first day of the game for me, especially that first night and how difficult it was. I mean, obviously the peak should be being here at the end, but I'm trying to think of something that I can ride along the rest of the game, and that would be just the strength and perseverance that I found that I had after that first night, and knowing that I could get through anything in this game. I mean, I never even thought I'd see a baloo in real life, let alone eat one of those things. But I've been. It really helped me get through this game, and I've been. My body is broken, and my mind is frayed, and you know, I'm still wearing the same clothes that I wore the first day I'm here. Like this, you know, disgusting, yes. Dedicated, also yes. You know, a lot of it for me is just from that first night. That was the peak and the pinnacle of the game for me, and the strength that I needed to get through to the end.
I wanted to say my main peak was making the merge, because that was the big goal that I had in mind. But I think my peak would be more fair to say winning the first immunity challenge that I won, because after that I felt like it was do or die at that moment. And I was told right before tribal council that if I didn't, or right before immunity, if I didn't win the challenge, that I was going unanimously. And I felt like that would continue because a lot of people saw me as the biggest player in the game. And hearing something like that made me feel very good about myself, but at the same time scared the shit out of me, because I knew if I were to lose a challenge, I think I would be going because people were scared of me. So I would say winning that first one and proving myself to myself, like I wanted to prove that to myself, that I wouldn't just lay over and die. So I think winning that first immunity win, I think that was my peak, and then being able to ride it out to the end, winning them as well, and getting myself here, would say that's my answer.
Thank you, Taylor. Okay, Jenny.
Hi guys, congratulations. I'm very proud of both of you. Obviously all of us want to be where you're at right now. So my question is, like, what is the difference between like your social strategy in the game? Like, what was the difference between your social strategy and your, you know, social game, and like, I guess, like, is this the person that you wanted at the final? Like, who is your, you know, primary person, and like, why weren't you able to like execute that? Same with you, is this the person that you wanted to take to the end?
Start. Braden's somebody that I definitely connected with very closely on day one. I know when we would have to, you know, people would ask our rankings in our confessionals, he was often number 1 or number 2 for me for pretty much the extent of the game. As we got to merge, is he the person that I necessarily wanted to sit at the end with? No.
Can I get names as well?
Of people that I would want to sit with?
Yeah.
Yes. But I just wanted to explain, because I mean, knowing he's coming out here as a 17-year-old and he's kicking all of our butts, and I mean, this is awesome that he gets to come out here and have this experience. So he's got a lot that he can talk about that can really sway a jury, I think. So, and on top of his 1,000 immunity wins, so it's really hard to want to sit here next to him at the end. It's going to be a tough battle, I think. As far as like if on a personal level, if I could have sat here with somebody, it would have been Jamie. No, just I feel like he was my best buddy in the game. But I mean, it was really hard to be able to have any sort of determination in who I was sitting here against at the end when nobody else that I was aligned with was winning immunities. So, you know, everybody else wanted to get Braden out of the game because none of us wanted to sit next to him at the end. And I mean, that's the reason why I couldn't get here with anybody that I really did want to sit with.
Early on in the game, I think the person I wanted to sit next to changed a lot throughout the course of the game. Obviously, I think it's okay to say that because you're allowed to change your mind, and especially in a fast-paced game like this where we've got 5 things a day. I think it changed a lot early on. I think all the way up until like a swap or a merge, it was 1,000,000% Taylor all the way. Taylor was my best friend in the game, and going with her all the way was something that I really wanted to do. Another name was Jamie. I really wanted to go with Jamie if it couldn't be Taylor. For a large majority of this game. When it started dwindling down, I started realizing people that I felt like I probably couldn't beat. There was a lot of main characters, them being 2 of them. I didn't think that I could beat them, and it scared me because I wanted to go to the end with somebody that wouldn't destroy me, but somebody that I would have a really good chance, like it would be like a good battle, you know what I mean? I feel like I'm on an equal level with Will here, and so I wanted, yeah, there was a couple people that had changed between around 6, 5, 7, around that area, like you, for example, or Andrew, for example, or Jess at a point as well. I was weighing my options, but I think it was around like probably around final 6, final 7 when I kind of realized that Will had always been genuine with me. Jamie is always genuine with me as well, don't get me wrong, but Will was a straight shooter, and I felt like our games could be, you know, not opposite, but challenge, like we could challenge each other, and I feel like the 2 of us have an equal shot at winning this, and that's what I wanted. I didn't want to take an easy route, I didn't want to take a hard route, I wanted to take a middle ground route, and Will had always been somebody that I connected with since day one. Probably one of my best friends in this game, and somebody that I will definitely be friends with for the rest of my life. So I wanted to go with Will, and I wanted to make sure that happened, and so
just like a comment, maybe like, you know, you can say something about it later, but for me, Will, like I feel like we didn't have much of any relationship in the game, no game strategy or anything, and you kind of closed that door on me, and like I do appreciate that you're just like, you're on that side, I'm on this side, and like, but I just felt like there was no lifeline with you, there was no like working with you at all, and that's something that I don't really appreciate. And then with you, like you made me trust you constantly, and I trust you fully, and you took out my allies, and I kind of like allowed that to happen because you got me to trust you so much, and like you lied constantly, so it's like two different you know styles, and like you're both like very like okay with that. Yeah, so that was just like a comment.
I'm not okay with it. Can I talk about? I know that, I mean, that's something I definitely feel too, but there was a lack of connection there, and a lot of it was just because we didn't get to spend a lot of time together after merge, but it's also, I mean, I was upfront with you and Stevie about who I was going to be voting for, and I know that really did shut the door, and that closed off pretty much all discussions, because any discussions anybody had in this game at any point in time was strategizing and planning and trying not to get voted out, and I know that you guys weren't coming to me because I'd already set my tone. I'd already told you what my plan was, and you must have figured there was no way that you were going to flip me. So I feel like that's why we never had the opportunity to connect, just because there was so much gameplay going on, and there was not much downtime, and we never really had the opportunity to interact with the gameplay because of, I guess, my honesty and my straightforwardness.
I definitely wasn't okay with like having to lie, because like it's frustrating because I just wanted to be like really close with everybody. I wanted to be good friends with everybody, and I was really genuine with you, and like the 2 days that we were very, very close, I really appreciated, and I was genuine about everything. But, you know, it comes to a point where you got to start looking out for the game, if that makes sense, and I hope you can respect that. You were a huge front runner to win the game. If you were sitting next to me, you win unanimously. So everything was genuine. It's just like, I got to think with my brain instead of my heart. If I was thinking with my heart, I just would vote myself out because I love all of you. And yeah, I just wanted to think with my brain, and I had to play the game, and I hope you can respect that.
Thank you. Thank you, Jenny. All right, Brandon.
Fellas, I think I just have one pretty straightforward question, and that's the part of the game that I didn't get to experience, which is the round of 6. So my question for each of you is, who is the best person to vote out in the round of 6, if not me? And, you know, how did it happen? And if I'm not the pick that you wanted, then why didn't it get done? So I guess I'll start with you, Will.
As far as I was concerned, you were the choice because you had protection at Final 5. You had Final 5 immunity. And with the dynamics of the group that I was a part of, if we got to Final 5 with you there, then we were going to have to basically vote one of our group out. Me personally, my own personal game, I would have liked you to have gone a little further. That's not something that I could really do without turning on the rest of my alliance mates or getting them pissed off at me. But I guess that's basically the reason. I mean, I think for all of us, it was just you're too powerful at the Final 5, and we didn't want our group messed up, especially if you know, this guy was going to win immunity again the next time too. So we just didn't want to vote out one of the people that we've been really close with since the start of the game.
Yeah, exactly what Will said. It was the idol at 5, which was really scaring us because that's 2 people immune. You've got 3 people left to choose from. We had a group going on, and it was way too powerful to keep in the game, and unfortunately, it was something that we had to do and cut you then. I also would have liked you to go a little bit further, but it was the idol that really put the nail in your coffin, I think.
So neither of you thought that bringing it further would have been advantageous to the Final 4 or Final 2?
I did kind of have something with Jess and you, but that just wasn't something that I guess I was able to really bring anything to fruition or develop. And a lot of the blockages had to do with him always winning immunity. If I was able to do something like that, I really would have liked to have done a Final 3 with you guys. I think it would have been a lot more of an even playing field with the 3 of us as well, depending on out of any of us 2 going to the end. I really clicked with you guys both really quickly at the merge, and I really liked you both too. But it was just kind of, I had to weigh both options, and not going with you guys would get me further to the end.
So the thing that was really scaring me was your connection with Jamie. I wanted Jamie to pick me if it came down to like a lower number, and I felt with you in the game you were blocking that completely. If you were there, he was picking you over me, I think, in a lot of scenarios. I might have read that wrong, I'm not sure. But I just felt like the connection there might have been stronger than this 5 or 6 day relationship that Jamie had made, whereas you guys have known each other, I think, for years. So that was pretty much it for me, as well as, you know, the idol was there, and I felt like if I lost immunity, that was it for me. So I wanted to make sure that there was numbers going forward for me, and I felt like with you in the game, it was more of a disadvantage for me in numbers.
Thank you, Brandon. Okay, Andrew.
Will, Braden, good to see you guys. Braden, I see you kept those shoes until the last day. You know, they look pretty spiffy.
Thank you.
Will, I can see you, I mean, those sneaker Crocs, whatever they are, those are iconic.
These are like 60 button Crocs.
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah. It seemed like you guys have both had like this super uphill battle to get here. It seemed like you guys have been through so much for these past couple of days. But Will, you wearing the same clothes that you have had on since day one. Braden, you changing up your outfit like for this final tribal council. It seemed like that encompassed a lot of your games as well. It seemed like, Braden, you liked to switch it up. You wanted to play a really hard, fast game. Will, it seemed like you were pretty steadfast in where you were holding. My question to you both is, where do you think you made a mistake in the game? What do you think you could have played better to change? Just as this is about the golden, like a couple of questions have been about the golden age, mine is about the dark age. I want to know where your dark age was in this game.
I mean, the first thing that came to mind, because you were talking to me, was your vote off. I wanted to take you a little bit farther in the game. The one thing that Will said to me after Tribal was that I whispered to Brandon in front of me, or I whispered to you in front of me for the Jess vote, and then I didn't look at Will at all, and it made him feel in danger, and that's why he voted for you. If I whispered to him, you would have still been in the game, and I felt like that was my one mistake, because I did really like our relationship, and I wanted to bring you further in the game, potentially to 2 as well. Yeah, I feel like that was a mistake for me, first thing that came to mind.
My dark ages in this game, and I'm glad that I'm getting to address this, because if I was put on jury, the first thing I would be doing is taking this person aside and talking to them. But my dark age is the disadvantages that I bestowed on Taylor in this game. So after Austin's boot, I was sent to the Island of the Ages. There's a list of disadvantages that I could choose from. They would be on me for the final 9. If I survive final 9 tribal council, then I could bestow them onto any other player left in the game for the final 8 round. When I got this disadvantage, there was never any, like I got it early, there was never any plan at that point to do it on Taylor. What I did was I chose that myself and then the following person could not participate in the immunity challenge. I figured that was fine with me. There's 9 people left. I probably didn't have a great shot at winning, so I was fine with sitting out. And then the other thing I chose was if there was a tie on votes, then the person that this disadvantage is on automatically loses. That was fine with me for that round. I didn't think I was going. Even if I was, we were at a final 9, so it's an odd number anyway, so it really doesn't even affect me. But it could play a pivotal role in the next round of 8, in the event that there is a tie. But I did this is something else that I did, for the betterment of my alliance, because I wanted to set something up for that next vote where I could make sure that the person we wanted out could not participate in immunity, so they don't have any sort of protection at tribal. They don't have any sort of protection from a tie vote as well. And it just so happened that round that it ended up being Taylor. I had to give a name immediately after Stevie's boot, and I gave Taylor just based on some impressions that I got from some other players that she could possibly be the next vote. It was a lucky guess because so many things can change so quickly in this game. And when I made that move, I was thinking of it in a GameBot way. For me, looking at it of setting up this perfect situation for my alliance to boot out the person that we would want to boot out. It was awesome. It seemed like an awesome situation, and everything worked. Everything went as planned. But what I didn't really consider was, I guess, the emotional toll that it would have on Taylor. Like I said, I was just thinking in a gameplay mode, and I felt really awful as the day went on because I could see the disdain in her, especially, I didn't think about how when you're already feeling like you're on the chopping block and then you don't even get a shot at saving yourself, that does suck. And not only that, but it caused a lot of fireworks, I would say, that afternoon with a lot of other people. I think basically out of the 8 people, I was the only person that wasn't directly involved in some of the confrontations and conversations that happened. So that's my dark age in the game, and I don't really know what else to say besides I'm sorry for it. I never had any intention of making that move to hurt you or hurt anybody that it was going to be played on. That was never my intention. It was supposed to just be a gameplay move, but that's something that's bothered me this whole game, and I never wanted to tell anybody because I didn't want anybody to get voted out before me and go talk to Taylor before I could be the first to say anything to her. So I'm glad that I finally do, and I'm sorry for it.
Well, honestly, good luck to you both. Glad I could give you guys the floor, yeah.
Thank you, Andrew. Okay, Jessica.
Hey guys. I want to hear a moment when you stood for something in this game. So That can be maybe you stood up for somebody, an ally, or you were standing up against an enemy. I want to hear a moment where you were unapologetic with something you did. It can be anything, it could be any combination, just something that you stood for. Yeah, tell me about it.
I think a lot of it just has to come back to my, I'm so sorry, my straightforwardness and honesty in this game. Like I held pretty steadfast for the most part, and there was no bones about it with me. I mean, if somebody came to me and they wanted to know my opinion, maybe I didn't directly say I'm voting you out specifically, but I'm going to vote you or this person out, because obviously there's idols and there's advantages and stuff in play, but that's really just it for me. I mean, that's where I stood my ground. I didn't let people try to pressure me into changing my mind. I think that was obvious that people knew they couldn't change my mind when they usually just stopped talking to me when planning needed to happen. And I never, I didn't lie to people about it either. That's my part for it.
I think my obvious answer would be to say, like, the streak of immunity wins that I went on, standing up for myself, knowing that I was going unanimously every single vote. I felt very, very, like, positive about myself in those moments. Coming out here and not knowing if I was going to do well, thinking I was going to be one of the first 3 out because of my age or my inability to fit in and adapt. I really impressed myself, and I felt like I stood up for myself very, very well by getting myself here when other people were scared of me and wanted to take me out of the game. You told me to my face you weren't going to take me, you didn't want to bring me far, and I would say standing up for myself. I think another example is when you and I stood up for Jenny when other people were wanting to vote her. I would say that's another example there, those 2 votes when we were trying to sway it off of her. We put it on, I think, Austin, and we put it on somebody else. I can't remember really, but those are my 2 examples that I would give you.
One more question for both of you. It can be quick. I just want a moment or something where you took a risk, and I just want to know, or if there were no risks, I don't know, if there was a moment where you took a risk and did it pay off or did it not pay off? If you have a moment that comes to mind for that.
I'd say there's a few. I mean, one big risk was the mutiny advantage. That paid off for me because I was able to get out of a bad situation into a good one, and I won a steak dinner that night. I took a risk in front of everybody, grabbing that advantage that was underneath the immunity stand. Usually when I find stuff in games, I don't want people to know about it. It really just brings down the value of idols or advantages when other people know about them, but I was willing to risk at that time to grab it in front of everyone because I needed something to help the situation my alliance was in at that point in time. Those are the 2 risks I figured I took.
I think I took a couple of risks in this game. Obviously my main strategy was to be friends with everybody, and I think I did a good job of that. And I think my risks were having to vote out my best friends. I didn't want to have to do that, and I was really scared of how it would come back to bite me, and I think I'm going to find out if it paid off or not, but I just have really genuine relationships with a lot of these people, and I was scared of voting them all out. There was points where I just didn't want to do it, and I wanted to quit. Like, those were my risks. Voting out all my friends and not knowing if they would still like me after, because that's what I wanted to get out of this experience, was friends. And so I think those were my risks.
Thank you guys. I'm incredibly proud of you both.
Thank you, Jessica. Okay, Jamie, finish us off.
Hey guys, it's been a long time.
Oh yeah, been a while.
Yeah, so I guess, Brayden.
Yeah.
I want to know a couple things for you. Who is your real number 1?
You.
Okay. And what secrets of mine did you keep, and which ones did you share with me?
Could you give me examples of secrets you gave me?
You pretty much, I've never lied to you, so I want to, everything I've told you in this game's been the truth, so.
I
you share with me?
I kept a lot of them at the beginning. There was things that I shared. The first one I shared was when you told me that Brandon was going to put my name down, and that there was the vote that was going to come against me. That was the first time that I felt really, really in danger in the game, and I wanted to try and, get the early jump on it and start talking to people. I think after that, it was more or less just when you told me that I was in danger and things like that. Those are the main ones that I can think of. I was never somebody that tried to just like spill information everywhere all over the place. If there's a specific example that you're thinking of, I can cover it, I can let you know. But I think it was mainly just when you told me that I was in danger, or when somebody was saying my name, or when somebody was behind the scenes on something. It was just more things for me to get the early jump on trying to gather up numbers and trying to gather up a fighting chance to stay.
It wasn't really anything specific. I was just really interested in knowing where we really stood, because obviously everyone here feels like they're your best friend.
That's what I want.
I don't know, genuinely right now, I don't know how we're at.
Okay.
Because like I knew you thought you have a better chance against Will at the end than me, and I can respect that, but like there's been so many times in the game where I was questioning if I was making a mistake trusting you and talking with the jury. I genuinely feel like I was making a mistake now, and it's hard because I put a lot of faith into you, and obviously you have to make the best decision for yourself, but it's just from my point of view, I just don't know if it was like you were using me.
I wasn't using you. Our relationship was 1,000,000,000% like genuine. I went to that voting confessional and I just bawled my eyes out. Everything that I said to you was genuine. Our relationship was genuine. All my relationships were genuine. It was just, I know that I had to think with my brain first rather than thinking with my heart, and that's the hardest part about this game, and it's something that I was really scared about coming into this final tribal. I didn't know if I had a chance because I had to hurt people to get here, and that's just the nature of the game. But every single relationship that I made was genuine, and I have a love for every single one of you, and I want to be friends for the rest of my life with all of you. And it's just I had to think with my head instead of my heart at points to get here, because this game means a lot to me, and I wanted to sit in this spot.
And I think my vote might really hinge upon what I really think when I get to the voting booth as well, because during the game that I felt like I was throwing away friendships that I've had for so long, for one that I've had for 4 days, and I'm not sure if I'm the one who's gonna look like an idiot when this all comes out, and that's what I'm really scared of, to be honest. And then with Will, I really wanted to ask, I guess, I know we had a pretty good relationship throughout the game. We were always, at the very start, there was me, you, Braden, and Taylor, and when there was the mutiny, I know you felt a lot more comfortable coming over to our side, especially being there with Taylor, who, of that foursome, I felt like you had the least connection with. So it's like with me and Braden there, you felt more comfortable. But I really want to know, why didn't you cut me sooner? Because for your game, I think there was a lot of I just don't see why for your game, as much as we were close, I don't see how I was beneficial to your game, because I think I was a really big threat to you because you knew I was coming for you at points.
I did. Probably, I don't know if it was early or middle of merge. The first time I ever had somebody tell me that somebody said my name, it was you that had said my name. And it sucked to hear, but I still wanted to make something work with you. And I mean, that was still at a point in the game where I thought everything's still wide open. Like anybody could get to the end and win. I wasn't looking at you as an endgame threat or anything like that. I think that the fact that, after that, you threw my name out a number of times, that started getting me kind of like getting the idea of putting your name out for some feelers for people. But you and I never, and I'm sure we both knew about that.
Oh yeah, you told me right there, are we gonna have to do this right now?
Yeah.
Of course I lied.
But we never really talked about it, and for me that was kind of a sign of we didn't want to, because we really liked each other. But no, I really liked playing with you in this game, and I've said to you guys, like the guys especially that were from original Kwantlen, I didn't care who I went up against in the end. I'd get up here and I just try to talk my way to a win if I could. I wasn't going to bring somebody that was a GOAT or anything like that. Maybe I'm the GOAT to him, who knows, but I was fine with going up against anybody, and even if you won the final immunity last night and I'm sitting here with you, if you took me, I'd be saying the same things, and I'd be perfectly happy sitting next to you. The threat level in the game was never never a big deal to me.
And then I guess last question for you both is, what's the story of this game? Like, what do you think it is from start to finish? How does everyone play into that story? And how do you guys play into it?
I feel that I had a pretty good read on a lot of parts of the games, and hopefully when I go back and watch confessionals and rewatch mine, I'll see that I was correct in a lot of things. But I think with that overall story, I was able to provide a really good narration with my confessionals as well. I don't know, I mean, if you're looking for, I guess, like an overall story, like a I don't know, an arc or something like that, when it comes down to it, I think it turned into the vets versus newbies at one point when we hit merge, and it's fun to see that the newbies succeeded in the end when we got to Final Four. So if we're looking for a story that came out of the season, then I would say that that's what it was.
Whatever kind of story this was, it was a damn emotional one. It was a hard one. I hated it so much, but I love this game so much. I think the main thing of this story was the Kwantlen tribe wanting to stick together and then going into the merge together and not knowing if they could trust each other. I think it was a constant battle of paranoia against each other, different people crashing in, cracking in, you know. It was that main group that wanted to go to the end, but there were so many different things coming at them every single day, every single moment. I mean, every single hour at the end of this. But I think it was the story of the people, like how genuine relationships can really get you to the end. We said it when we were sitting in Kwantlen, like, this is a group that needs to stick together. This is a group that loves each other. This is a group that can go all the way together. And even though we faced all this adversity with people trying to butt in and kill us and break us down, we did it. And I think that's a good summary of the story.
All right, thank you, Jamie, and thank you, jury. It's now time for the closing speeches. We're gonna switch it up. Braden Smith, go.
This was a game of trust and honesty, to say the least. As much scrambling as we did, this game was all about trust and honesty. I think we were a very honest group of people and people that really respect each other, and I think that was beautiful. I think this is one of the best seasons, if not the best season yet, of this franchise, and I'm very happy to be a part of it and be either the runner-up or the winner of this season. Closing statement, you know, obviously I've got the story of I'm this high school kid that came in here and outplayed and outlasted a bunch of adults. I think I was able to go through a lot of adversity and hard times, winning my way to the end when I needed it really, really bad. I was going unanimously. At any point I didn't win. Up until that point, I was able to keep myself here with social connections, so I think I got a taste of both. I also had the strategic side where I was able to plan and help guide the flow of a lot of the votes this season, and I feel like with the social, physical, and strategic aspects, I think I nailed them all pretty well. Yeah, this game means a lot to me, and I don't have too much to say at the end of it other than I really hope you guys can award me with this win. I fought my ass off, and I know Will did too, so whatever you guys decide, I respect it, and I'm happy with it. I'm at peace with it. I think I went through so much this game, and I think I was out in the open with it. I wanted to come in here and be friends with all of you guys, and I think no matter what, that's going to be happening, no matter your votes. This game was hard. This game was hard. I always make fun of the people that cry on Survivor, and here I am crying twice, literally sitting here. I've cried so many different times, and the emotion and the hardships and the genuine, like, just everything. It's been tough, and that's why I'm struggling to put words out right now. But yeah, it's been a really good time with all of you. We passed my 6-year anniversary playing orgs here on the 28th, and being my first LRG, it would be really awesome to win this in the same kind of like weekend that was. I feel like I'm never gonna play one of those again, and this has been an experience of a lifetime. No matter the ending, this guy's an amazing guy, and I'm really glad that he's here next to me. So whatever you guys decide, I respect it. Obviously, I would love it if you voted for me to win. I think I had a very good story and a very good all-around game and very good friendships with all of you. So if you could award me with this win, it would mean the world to me. That's all I got.
I hope that you guys can just appreciate the respectful game that I've played and the honest game that I've played. When I've played orgs before, when I've won orgs, I've only won them when I've played basically the opposite way that I've played this game. Lots of lying, backstabbing, lots of deviousness, and that's usually what I'm really, really good at, is that type of stuff. But I knew it was going to be a lot different playing with people in real life, and aside from what was done with Taylor, I was able to manage to stay away from that type of behavior, and I'm glad that I was. For me, a lot of this is just about the journey, really. I mean, I know my friends at home are probably laughing at me right now, saying, what's wrong with this guy? I'm crying about this stuff. But it's just a survivor game. You're playing in the woods, right? But for me, this is something this is the closest we're going to get to doing something like this, right? And for 20 years, I've been watching the show. I watch the international versions. I play orgs. I don't know. I know so much stupid random stuff about the game. It's just, I know this sounds ridiculous to people that aren't Survivor fans, but it's something that's like a big part of my life. And I even like to take away, I guess, a lot of the social aspects and strategical aspects of the game that I never thought I would get to play like this. I would play them out in real life with relationships, kind of just for fun, at work, to try to put myself in a better spot with people, coworkers, bosses, that type of thing. But it's just, I don't know. For me, it's the journey, and whether I win or lose, I know people at home are proud of me. I'm proud of myself. Like, I've done so much stuff here I never thought I would do. But the ultimate ending for me, for decades, this type of stuff would be a win today. But I'm going to respect everybody's votes, however they go. Thanks, guys.
Alright, it's time for the jury vote. Guys, one by one, we'll go up to the voting booth and write down the person's name, the person that you want to see win. You are voting for a winner. Alright, Stevie, you're up.
Getting to the end playing an honest game is a hard thing to do, and you were honest with me where Braden wasn't. On top of that, you didn't need to win challenges to get to the end, and you were always in a good position. I think you played a great game. The golden age, you're living it now, my friend.
I played such a good game. I'm so proud of my game, and it was kind of thanks to you. Like, you allowed me to have that experience by playing with me and strategizing with me and having that be open. So good job, and yeah, I'm so proud of you.
You're one of the most authentic people I've ever met in my life, and Will is a very fitting name for you, good sir. I really hope you win.
When does the timer start for when I have to decide who I vote for?
I have no idea what I want to do because I think it's 3-3 right now. And I really don't know who I want to win this. And I know how much this means to Will, but I know how much this means to Braden, but I also don't know how much I believe anything Braden says anymore. You guys both killed it. Good job. I know you're both freaking emotional, and we're gonna have fun in like 20 minutes, I hope. So, good luck, guys.
For the last time this season, I will go tally the votes. Braden Smith, Will, jury, thank you so much for an amazing season. Braden Smith and Will, you both deserve to win this season, but I have a winner in this voting urn. One of you are about to win the title of Sole Survivor and the $500 grand prize. You want to see your name on the ballot. All right.
First vote. Braden. 1 vote, Braden. Second vote. Will. 1 vote, Braden. 1 vote, Will. Third vote. Braden. 2 votes, Braden. 1 vote, Will. Fourth vote. Will. 2 votes, Braden. 2 votes, Will. Fifth vote. Braden. That is 3 votes, Braden. 2 votes, Will. Sixth vote. The winner of Survivor BC, the Golden Age, is Braden. You guys can go hug him.
That's funny.
You're on so much and I'm trying to No more lying to me.
I don't think he knows how not to.
Mr. Braden Smith. Here's your $500 grand prize.
I've never held this much money before.
Tell us,
Get it all in ones.
what's going through your mind right now?
Everything. I came out here thinking that I was going to be one of the first 3 people voted out. I did not think I would make it this far, and to know that these people respected me enough and trusted me enough to be the winner of their season means so much to me, and I'm glad that I could represent the best season yet.
All right, Braden Smith, you've joined Monica, Lay, Tyler, Jessica, Jack, Rachel, Luke, and that's it, as a part of the Survivor BC Winners Circle. Alright, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you later. Season out. Season 8 out.
Bye!
Woo!
See you guys next season.
Oh my god. Wow. Guys. I'm sorry I smell bad.